Never.
Bucket is good.
Not.
Man, he pulled out the whole package there.
Exciting.
The Raptors are up 16.
We're just getting started.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
It's the beginning, we just got started.
Jakob means so much for us. He's the player that connects our team, that sets really good screens. He's a very important player for us, and we love having Jak out there. And when he's on the court, I'm very happy.
I mean, he's told me a lot, just little things. You know, everyone says do this, do that, but, you know, the little things is what gets you on the court at the end of the day. So, you know, especially with a great group of guys we have. So, you know, you got to find a way to get on the court. And, you know, like he said, it's not all the threes you hit or dunks you can do. It's little things, you know, whether it's deflections, activating the ball, talking, you know, little stuff that matters that people don't really see.
The voices of Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic and also rookie forward Jonathan Mobo speaking about veteran Jakob Poeltl and his importance to this Raptors lineup, as Jak is back in the lineup again tonight as the Raptors are on the road getting set to face the Chicago Bulls. Eric Smith and Paul Jones with you, welcoming you to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine. This is how we fan. Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors. And again, the Raptors in Chicago getting set for the Bulls. It's the second of 4 straight on the road for the Raptors. They will head from the Windy City down to Florida in Orlando for 2 straight against the Magic. That rare little mini baseball series coming up for the Raptors down in Florida. But got to take care of business tonight, Jonesy, against the Chicago Bulls. And this, to me, is a game and an opponent that you and I both thought the Raptors would be very similar to and kind of in the same boat as, if healthy, when coming out of camp. Probably somewhere in that play-in competing for a spot. And even in spite of a trade that sent Zach LaVine away, Chicago is still very much in the mix in the Eastern Conference playoff picture. They are currently the 10 seed, a game and a half ahead of the 11 Brooklyn Nets, and will likely be still in that battle down the final 4 or 5 weeks of the season and have a chance, yet again, as they've been the last couple of years, in that play-in and trying to bust their ticket through to the actual playoffs.
Yeah, Chicago's been in that situation a little bit too much lately, haven't they? The last few years, when you think about even a couple of years ago when DeRozan's, the infamous DR DeRozan game and the play-in in Toronto, it just seems like they've been kind of stuck in that. And, I mean, it's hurt them because the guy who was going to be one of their key cogs, Lonzo Ball, got hurt for a long time.
Yeah.
And things just never worked out. You wonder what it'll be like now that he actually looks like he's healthy and, you know, things are, I wouldn't say necessarily turning around, but they're stabilizing a little bit for Chicago. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Poeltl was on the minutes restriction, as we talked about with Eilish and Justin in the pregame. He's so solid. He means so much to this team. And it'll be interesting to see how he, how he is tonight, kind of the second game back. Maybe stretch his minutes out a little bit more. I'm not sure if he's still on the same restriction, but let's keep an eye on Jakob, and then Scotty Barnes coming back. It was tough to not have him in Indianapolis, and what they lost was not just Scotty, but his energy, especially his defensive energy of late. It has been off the charts. I mean, you think about the guys he's guarded, clapping his hands, getting in their face, like, come on, bring it, and ready for the smoke. And they've got that back tonight. They've got that infectious enthusiasm, and hopefully it carries over, not just on the defensive end, but on the offensive end as well.
So the Raptors with their full complement, at least in terms of their starting lineup, as Jones, you just mentioned, not only Jakob Poeltl and Scotty Barnes, but R.J. Barrett, Grady Dick, Emmanuel Quickley. That's the starting 5 for the Raptors. On the other side for Chicago, it'll be Ball, Buzelis, Collins, White, and Giddey. Nikola Vucevic is out of the lineup tonight, inactive, so that takes away a major piece for the Chicago Bulls, as Vooch won't be there. So maybe an opportunity opening for the Raptors on the road in Chicago. Jonesy, let's look at the keys to victory before we step aside for a quick break and get set for tip-off. The keys to victory are brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid.
Number 1, start and sustain. Last time they played Chicago, they had a pretty good start, and they weren't able to sustain it, and it died on them in the middle of the third quarter for about 6-7 minutes. Some lineups were kind of funky because of foul trouble and minor injuries. So get off to a good start and sustain it. Second of all, be aware of the other guys. You talked about No Vucevic. They traded away Zach LaVine. It means, even though the Bulls have been struggling, it means other guys have opportunities, and you have to be aware of those other guys. And lastly, if you're Toronto, see if you can kind of play around Scotty Barnes. Make him, he's back. Make him, allow him to be the guy he has been all this time for you in terms of running your offense and being your linchpin on the defensive end.
Again, the keys to victory brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. It's the Raptors and Bulls in Chicago, and we are getting set for tip-off. That will come up next on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank. This is how we fan. Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors, right here on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Great goal! Let's go to Dave at the bench.
Oh, what a shot, Gord. Last time we spoke, you had been really tired. Not anymore.
Yeah, snoring all night. Losing sleep ruined your game.
Problem snoring? Suffer from sleep apnea? Invest in yourself. Call Dr. Paulette Pillersdorf. She'll use her laser to help treat your snoring and oral appliance like a sports mouth guard for your sleep apnea. Your partner will thank you.
Thanks, Gord.
Book your appointment with Dr. Paulette Pillersdorf. Call 647-243-2006.
Orthotics.
Footwear.
Orthotics.
Footwear.
Guys, enough. Kintec are experts in orthotics and footwear. It's what sets them apart. By tailoring orthotics to your shoes and shoes to your orthotics, you get comfort and support designed just for you.
Oh, so it's orthotics and footwear working together.
Like peanut butter and jelly.
You got it.
Or mustard and banana.
Is that a thing?
PB&J.
Mustard and banana.
Oh, boy.
Kintec footwear and orthotics.
Hey, Taylor, coffee?
Maybe later. My oil furnace is out again.
You should upgrade to an electric heat pump.
Isn't that expensive?
No, it's worth it. It can heat even when it's minus 30, cools when it gets warmer. Plus, there's a government program to help cover most of the costs up front.
Huh, coffee's on me then.
To see if you're eligible for the Oil to Heat Pump Affordability Program, visit canada.ca/heat pumps or call 1-800-O-CANADA. A message from the Government of Canada.
Nissan 60 Years in Canada event at High Park Nissan, Willowdale Nissan, and Newmarket Nissan has been extended to February 28th. Why? Despite all the snow, we've had a record amount of people visit us because a great deal equals money saved. So whether it's your trade value, getting an awesome interest rate, or even possibly lowering your current payments, High Park Nissan, Willowdale Nissan, or Newmarket Nissan is where you want to be until this month end.
If there's anything we Canadians are proud of, is we support each other. And Access Storage knows this because we're truly Canadian, and your support has made us Canada's leader in storage solutions. Proudly serving our communities for more than 25 years. Thank you. And if you haven't tried us yet and need extra space, try 4 weeks free now. So drop that hockey stick, finish that poutine, throw on that toque, and celebrate the True North Strong End 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. Shop Canadian, store Canadian.
Oh no, I can't be out of ink. Not now.
Mega Tank.
Why do I always do this to myself? What is that printer that comes with 30 times the ink?
Mega Tank.
Yes, it's a Canon. Mega phone?
Mega Tank.
It's a Canon printer. It comes with like $2,000 worth of ink. Prints me over 7,700 color pages.
Mega Tank.
Mega what?
Listen to the voice in your head and get a Canon Mega Tank printer, so you don't have to think about ink for a long, long time. Canon Mega Tank printers available at Staples, Best Buy, and Walmart.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set for the tip-off between the Bulls and Raptors in Chicago. And Jonesy, we just had a really funny moment prior to tip as Benny the Bull, one of the all-time great mascots in pro sports and certainly in the NBA. Of course, not better than our guy, the Raptor. But Benny the Bull had an air hockey table out on the court, right near center court, and he had a little sign that said USA versus Canada rematch.
I saw
and
it.
Scotty Barnes wandered over to center court and quickly competed in a quick little game. I didn't see who ultimately won, but Benny the Bull versus Scotty Barnes in a little air hockey match right before tip-off. And
I love it.
Kudos to Scotty for playing along.
Interesting how the Americans have suddenly discovered hockey. Huh? Like, it's now on their radar. Well, sorry, once again, like somebody in charge down there, you're a little late to the party.
Well, I was going to say at least some Americans are still kind and good-willed and showing a sense of humor, especially with Canadians or Canadian teams, unlike the orange dude. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, the guy insulting Canada with this 51st state crap.
And if you saw what happened today, folks, it was a complete embarrassment at the White House. But we will leave the politics aside, and we will stick to basketball. As the Raptors are hoping to take one here, their first on this 4-game road trip, and we are set to go with Jakob Poeltl stepping up to center court. The Raptors in their black jerseys trimmed with the white and red. Chicago in white trimmed with black and red. The traditional Chicago Bulls uniform. And Poeltl will stand in the middle against Zach Collins as we get set to go on a Friday night. The Leafs are in action as well. We will keep you updated on that score throughout the evening. And the Raptors win the opening tip. They start with the ball. Poeltl taps it into the backcourt. Tracked down by Emmanuel quickly as he will bring it across center for the Raptors. Toronto moving left to right as quickly gives it up far side above the arc to R.J. Barrett. Now inside the arc to a cutting Poeltl who lays it in, and what execution by Toronto.
A great start, a great pass by R.J. on that screen roll as they cleared out the side.
2-0 Toronto as they strike first on their opening possession. Here's Giddey for the Bulls. Out to Ball. Deep triple straight away is good. Chicago up 3-2.
Ever since Fred Vinson down in New Orleans fixed Lonzo's shot, he's not afraid to fire that three.
Raptors come back the other way, and unfortunately no good on a 3-ball for Grady Dick. Rebound to the Bulls. They come across center. Now White has it as he took it from Collins. Found Giddey, bobbled it, picked up by Collins. Back out on the perimeter to Ball. Spinning away from Barnes. Went to his left, came back to his right. Now flicks it over to White for 3. On the left wing, no good. Rebound to Poeltl. Ahead to Barnes. Across center, far sideline. Here comes Scotty. Drives right at Buzelis. Turns around, fires a pass to Jakob Poeltl on a push shot from the far elbow just below it. No good from 13 feet. Here come the Bulls. Buzelis over to Giddey, near side. Sees a seam, drives, gets to the tin, lays it in. Chicago up 5-2. Raptors quickly push down the floor, and getting behind the defense was R.J. Barrett, and he kissed it high off glass, awkward angle, got it to go. Raptors cut it to 1.
A really nice job by R.J. to get down there before the Bulls could recover defensively.
And now Buzelis down low trying to back down on R.J. Barrett. Lost the handle off his leg and turns it over.
Well, R.J. has acquired this tag that he doesn't play defense. Just watch him recently. He is working much harder, and then a play like that shows that he's locked in.
Raptors trailing 5-4. And there's going to be a foul called against Lonzo Ball. That was before the shot. It's on the floor, so the Raptors take it from the side inbound, and quickly cutting to the tin was fouled. So now they'll get set to inbound from the near side. Barnes throws it in to Poeltl. Poeltl stared down by Collins, holding the ball for a moment, looking to give it up, nobody there. And now tries to hand off on the perimeter. Barnes now gives it to Scotty. Back to Yak, below the near elbow, in the paint, kicks out, far wing, triple up quickly. Rattles a couple of rims, no good. Rebound to Giddey.
Quickly was ready for the pass a little bit before that.
And the Bulls quickly get down the floor, find Collins behind Toronto's defense for the two-hand cram.
Yeah, he ran the floor well. Poeltl couldn't keep up with him.
Raptors down 7-4. Yak hands off to quickly. This time on the near wing, steps into the 3 and buries that one.
The last one he was weighted. His knees were bent, and it was like he got fatigued waiting for the ball to come.
Toronto ties the game at 7 apiece, but quickly back again. Chicago gets down through the painted area, and White lays it in.
Right after every Chicago Bears, Cubs, White Sox,
Emmanuel quickly across center toward the far sideline with the Bulls leading 9-7. Pirtle hands off to Barrett. Barrett comes around the screen by Pirtle, goes cross court, left to right to Quickly. Another 3-ball, and another one clean for Emmanuel Quickly.
Great job, RJ, again with a really, really good pass.
We are in a 1-point game right now with the Raptors ahead 10-9. Ball out on the far side, trying to weave into traffic, lost the handle. Barnes picks up the turnover, tries to flash it ahead to Grady Dick. It's picked off by White, who steps into a 3, misses it, and Barnes gets the rebound on this one. So the Raptors dodge a big bullet there. And down the floor, R.J. Barrett with a 2-hand cram with authority and put a little extra sauce on it at the end.
Did a really good job. Again, Scotty with the good outlet.
Raptors now leading 12-9. 3-point advantage for Toronto, their largest lead, and it's wiped out right now on another ball triple. This one in the near corner knocks it down to lock it up at 12 apiece. 8:10 to go, opening quarter. We're not even 4 minutes in, 12-12. Quickly trying to work with a Pirtle screen. Gets to the far elbow, now into the paint, skips through traffic, throws it up, missed the runner as it rolls off the side of the rim, and the Chicago Bulls promptly turn it right back over as the outlet pass from Buzelis to White, no good. And the Raptors will get the ball right back. Exactly 8 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Far side Quickly, bounces a pass down to Scotty Barnes. Working his way down toward the block, turns, fires, and gets it to go, using his strength as he knocked it down over the outstretched arm of Buzelis.
I love when Scotty plays the big boy game like that.
Back the other way. Collins on the baseline, fires out to Ball straight away. 3-ball, too strong, back rim rebound to R.J. Barrett. He brings it himself across center. Now fires the pass to Barnes, to Pirtle. Stops on a dime in the paint. Backdoor along the baseline. Grady Dick is there, but he bobbled the pass, lost it out of bounds on the baseline, and we've got our first timeout of the ballgame.
Well, Raptors got to look to be a little bit more aggressive. They had a couple of good looks there, almost unselfish to a point, and they're going to have to see what they get on the inbound defensively as they turn that one over.
7:25 to go in the opening frame. It's the Raptors leading the Bulls 14-12 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito, food for every mood.
The all-electric Honda Prologue SUV is here at your local Ontario Honda dealer. And with features perfect for the city and the backcountry, like all-wheel drive for tougher winter roads and a range up to 450 kilometers on a full charge, you may think Honda made an electric SUV just for Ontario. Get up to a $12,000 Honda bonus on all remaining 2024 Prologue models. Plus, qualified Honda owners get an additional $2,000 loyalty bonus. OAC conditions apply. Range based on combined city and highway. Bonus available when you lease or finance through HFS at a standard rate. See HondaOntario.com.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. First quarter action here on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and the Sportsnet Radio Network sees the Raptors leading the Bulls 14-12, 7:25 to go in the frame, and pretty solid start for the Raptors, Jonesy, on the road in the Windy City.
Yeah, good start. Shooting 60%. I'd like to see them do something about the defense. Although they have forced Chicago into 3 turnovers early, but be aware, Chicago's going to shoot that 3, and that's something you need to be aware of.
Again, the Raptors, after this ball game, head to Florida for a couple of games against the Orlando Magic on Sunday and Tuesday. before they open up another homestand. Raptors into the stretch drive, in a sense, as we all are sort of into the stretch drive, with the month of March flipping tomorrow. Heck, it's next weekend that we actually spring ahead with the clocks as well. So a little more daylight and hopefully some warmer temps.
Once Mother Nature gets rid of the snow, I'll feel much better.
She's trying, man. It's been melting a lot lately. Come on, Jonesy. Shed into the ball game for the Raptors as Toronto gets a stop out of the timeout. The Bulls came up empty on their offensive trip, but Chicago just gave it right back as well as Orlando Robinson came up empty on a triple for the Raptors. Robinson, Shed, and Obagi into the ballgame. Barnes Pirtle quickly sitting down as Chicago gets the bucket on a long jumper. Was it a 3 or a 2? It looked like a clean 3. The scoreboard only gave him a 2, but I think that should be changed to a triple, no?
Kevin Herter, known for his... Oh, yeah, he was behind the line.
So for now, they're calling it 14 apiece, but that should change to 15-14 Chicago at the next whistle. Raptors get a bucket on the other end from the far sideline as Ochai Agbaji knocks it down, and they're going to call that one a 3.
Yeah.
So for now, the Raptors lead by 3. We're going to go with what the official score says, Jonesy, but we will clean it up at the next whistle.
Agbaji, a very reliable shooter, and now he comes up limping at the other end. And Darko wants a timeout. Ochai
on the baseline, clutching that left ankle.
Yeah.
And he's in a lot of pain, folks. Did he come down on a foot?
I think he banged it against another foot while it was planted and just went over on it.
Josh Giddey was right there, and so was, I think, Orlando Robinson, his teammate. We're getting a look at the replay right now.
Oh, yeah, he stepped back.
When he stepped back, he stepped on Orlando Robinson's foot, and the ankle rolled right over.
Ouch.
And I know Jonesy loves seeing those foot injuries.
Oh.
So the Raptors lead 17-14. When we come back from the timeout, I can pretty much guarantee you that it will be 17-15 as that Kevin Herter long deuce will end up being a 2 and change to a 3. So it will be 17-15 with 6:10 to go in the opening quarter. It's Toronto Raptors basketball brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credits, who sent their speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. And it'll be a while till we get an update on the status of Ochai Agbaji, but
I don't like the looks of it.
Unfortunately, yeah, it does not look good. He is being carried off the floor by a member of the Raptors training staff and Chris Boucher, and it didn't look like Ochai was putting any weight down on that left foot. He was kind of hopping on his right leg and holding that left leg, Jonesy, that left foot off the floor completely. Jamal Shed driving to the tin on the near side. Too strong off glass. It rolls off the rim. Bulls grab the rebound. Down the floor we come. The score, as I told you, was indeed changed to 17-15. That Herter jumper was changed from a 2 to a 3 correctly. But the Bulls, out of the timeout, just turned it over after that Raptor miss by Shed. Chicago came down the floor with a chance to tie it and came up empty as they turn the ball over for the 4th time in this game. Both clubs shooting 54%. Both clubs turning it over as the Raptors just coughed it up again. Giddey to a cutting Dosunmu, lays it in, right side, far side to tie the game at 17.
Live ball turnovers will absolutely murder you.
Grady Dick down Main Street went at 3 defenders, missed the layup, and then the putback jam is botched by Robinson as it slid off his fingertips and he missed the jam. Near corner all day, Dosunmu lined it up. He could have tied his shoes and still took the shot, and he missed it. So the Raptors dodge that one and come back the other way looking for the lead. Shed, bounce pass, Robinson, free throw line. Went to his left, spins back right, passes back out to Shed on the perimeter for 3 with a West Side triple.
Does that guy play like a rookie still?
No.
Like, again, a 4-year player, good program, has come in understanding the game. He's a rookie, but he's not.
Toronto leading 2017. Herter out to Giddey out on the far sideline. Now driving to the baseline and a little dump-off shovel pass to a cutting Dosunmu who lays it in. Giddey sucked in 3 defenders and Dosunmu was wide open in the heart of the lane.
Well, over help. Like, when you peel back to help, you don't necessarily have to help the ball. You got to help the helper.
20-19, Raptors leading by 1. Here's Shed, wing near side. That one no good. Giddey with the rebound. He'll bring it up across center himself with 4:10 to go here in the opening quarter. Now driving on the far side, bounces a pass out into the far corner. It's up and in for Phillips for 3, and Chicago leads by 2.
Again, Giddey with the penetration on the dribble.
That was Julian Phillips knocking that one down, second-year man out of Tennessee. Gives Chicago the lead. Raptors get a little tip in underneath from Orlando Robinson, who cleaned up the miss from R.J. Barrett to tie the game at 22. Robinson off the bench with his first bucket, adding 4 rebounds already as well. 22 apiece. 3:30 to go opening quarter. Here's Giddey driving into the paint. Lost the handle. Nice hands by Mobo. And now Mobo gets dirty on the floor to keep it alive for the Raptors, and it's tracked down in the near corner by Grady Dick. Love the hustle from Mobo on that play. Grady, 3-ball straight away. Bust it. Raptors get the triple from the north side and lead by 3.
Really, really nice job. Really nice job. As you said, getting dirty on the floor. Got to get down after it.
Collins can't hit the 3 for the Bulls, and Grady Dick grabs the rebound. Pushes it ahead to R.J. Barrett across center. R.J. sees the seam, gets into the paint. Into the near corner to Robinson. Wide open triple for the big man. It went halfway down and popped out. Rebound to Josh Giddey. Across center he comes. Bulls moving right to left with 2:45 to go in the quarter. Collins gets the pass. Into the near corner to Herter. 3-ball is good. We're tied at 25.
Ball almost knocked away. The Raptors almost have a steal, but you're bent out of shape defensively, and Herter gets a wide open 3.
Near corner, it's R.J. Barrett. Now driving into the paint, turns, fires, floats one up, no good. Oh, put back jam off one hand, just missing Grady Dick, and the Bulls come away with the rebound. How about Grady with the athleticism?
Yeah, I'd love to see the finish.
Herter, near side. Dips behind a Collins screen. Goes over on the wing far side to Dosunmu. Cut off by Grady Dick. Now bounces the pass to Giddey. Giddey into the paint. Bumped by Shed. It was on a pass-off, so it'll be sideline out of bounds for the Bulls with 2:08 to go in the quarter. And again, we're tied at 25 apiece.
Raptors making some subs.
And Scotty Barnes going to come back into the ball game. We'll clean up the lineups in a second here. Grady Dick sits down. Robinson sits down. I believe Jamal Shed's checking out as well. Josh Giddey going to get a breather for Chicago. So again, I'll clean it up in a moment for you with both sides. Dosunmu just crossed up Jakob Poeltl on the baseline far side, then kicked it into the near corner to Herter, who missed the triple, and the rebound goes to Quickly. Ahead to Scotty Barnes across center. Scotty just above the free throw line, trying to work against Dosunmu. To the left, lost the handle, gets it back. Now still working as he drives to the right, uses his strength, puts it up, missed the shot, gets his own miss back in the heart of the lane, muscles his way out, and passes off to Quickly. Over on the far side. And then getting into the paint and floating one up and in is another rookie who doesn't look the part, Jacoby Walter.
Well, he did a really nice job there playing physically and leaning with that left shoulder into Kobe White, who was a little bit off balance.
It's Barnes, Poeltl, Quickly, Mobo and Walter for the Raptors. White, Herter, Dosumu, Phillips, and Smith for the Bulls. Jalen Smith came in on that last possession for Chicago, getting his first burn. He's on the floor right now as the Bulls inbound from the baseline. Toronto ahead by 2 with 1:18 to go in the quarter.
Love the ball pressure there. Scotty pressuring Dosumu, doing jumping jacks, stride jumps in front of him. That's no easy in.
Barnes kind of filling up the stat sheet already again with a couple of points, couple of rebounds, couple of assists, a block and a steal in 6 minutes in this opening frame. White for Chicago. On a switch, he's picked up by Pirtle. He's got Yak on the perimeter. Now brings him into the paint. Bounces back out in the near corner to Dosumu. The running floater on the baseline. I think that was late.
Yep. It was late, and it didn't hit the rim. So they got to give that back either way.
Ed Malloy signals for the shot clock violation against the Bulls. That'll be their 5th turnover, and we'll see if the Raptors can take advantage with 1:04 to go in this opening quarter. Emmanuel quickly will bring it up across center and then bounce the pass over to Scotty Barnes on the Bulls logo at center. Pirtle comes up high to set a screen. Barnes goes around it to the far wing and steps into a 3-ball and makes it look easy.
Really, really nicely done. I love Scotty working in the mid-range. Like I said on the pregame with Ailish and Justin, you got Scotty and Ingram capable of stretching and working in the mid-range. You got some shooters and playmakers around them. Man, it's going to be tough.
Herter, sidestep 3-ball, tried his answer back, can't as it goes off the side of the rim, the right side. Ricochets into the Raptor bench, and Toronto's going to get the ball with 35 seconds to play and leading by 5. This is Toronto's largest lead, but largest lead in the game for either team.
Well, one of my keys, Eric, was start and sustain. So looks like the start part is happening.
Quickly got into the lane, passed up a wide-open layup to give it to Pirtle. He had pretty much a wide-open shot from about 6 feet, and he missed it. Bulls with the rebound across center. They will have to give it up before the end of the quarter. White out near center. Walter's in a stance in front of him. White tries to take him to the right. They're going to call Jacoby Walter on the foul, and that looked like White might have pushed off.
Yeah, Jacoby, though, didn't have his balance, and that's and he's moving a little bit, which might give the benefit to the offense. But I love the work. I love the footwork. You're right. We get a look at the replay. That was a pretty good lean-in by Kobe White.
It was on the floor, and it was the first in the last 2 minutes, so no free throws for the Bulls. They do have a chance now, though, to hold for the last shot after the shot clock reset to 14. Here's Dosumu trying to get a step on Walter. He cut him off, goes back out on the perimeter to White. White with the shovel pass down low to Smith, and he gets it up to go. It was at his hip, and he just kind of scooped it up and got it off right before the buzzer. So the bucket will count, and it cuts the Raptor lead to 3 at the end of 1.
Decent quarter, you're leading. Shooting the ball okay. Just look after the turnovers. Keep creating them at the other end.
Toronto up 30-27 with the second quarter coming up next on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Plan points. It's like you're sitting on your next trip, like a sunny getaway by the sea. But instead, you're sitting on your Aeroplan points. So the only sea you get to sit in is a sea of traffic. Use your points and go from smelling your Ocean Breeze air freshener to smelling the ocean.
What's up, insiders? Thank you for hanging out with us this evening for the Raptors and the Bulls in Chicago. Please make sure to take this time and exit out of the chat. Hit that like button down below. We need to bring more basketball fans here to the chat to cheer on We the North, our Raptors. We're getting ready to start at the United Center behind me. Let's go get that W tonight over the Bulls. It's going to be a fun one. 2 struggling teams, but the Raptors have so much talent. They should get the W tonight. I say we will get the W tonight. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, do all those wonderful things, and let's grow an awesome Raptors community where we hang out live every single Toronto Raptors game and cheer on We the North. Go Raps, go.
Systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590.
The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Getting set to start the second quarter. Raptors will begin the frame with a 30-27 lead. In the first quarter, balanced attack for the Raptors. Leading scorer was Emmanuel Quickley with 6. That came off 2 triples, but otherwise, everybody outside of Jonathan Mobo had at least 1 bucket in the opening quarter. Everybody that hit the floor, that is.
Well, it's a balance. And Toronto's rookies have really done a good job this year, Eric. In February, they scored 25 points a game on 45% shooting, 36 from 3, and averaging about 14 minutes a game. That's one of the better totals for a first-year brigade in the NBA.
Chicago starts with the ball to begin this second quarter. White in the paint, goes into the far corner to Dosunmu. On the baseline, fires into the near corner to Smith. Smith trying to muscle his way past Pirtle, stepped on the baseline, and the Bulls turn it over. We also found out during the commercial break that Ochai Agbaji will not return tonight. Left ankle sprain is the official word right now from the Raptors.
That could be a while, Eric. I mean, that looked nasty.
And I'm sure we'll find out more as the Raptors head down to Florida for their next 2 games. And after getting the ball from the Bulls off a turnover, Toronto just turned it right back over as Jakob Poeltl lost it in the lane. And here comes Chicago trailing by 3. White, cross court, over on the far side, gave it up to Phillips. Back to White on the near side, went to his left, spins to his right, jackknife pass out to the perimeter to Herter for 3. The triple no good. And battling down low, Smith and Poeltl, both big men fell to the floor, and I believe they're calling Yak with a foul. Nope, they're going to change it and say it's on Smith, and I think that's the correct call, as he pretty much just yanked Yak down to the floor, held on to Poeltl's left arm, and just pulled him down with him.
Well, what happened was they were fighting for position and being physical. Poeltl put his hand on Smith's chest. Smith tried to sell it, and on flopping down, his arm got caught under Jakob Poeltl's underarm and pulled him down. Like, just play.
So no score yet in the second quarter. We're only a minute in. Raptors still leading 30-27. Barnes below the free throw line, went right, came back left as he sort of dipped the shoulder and scooped it up and in with a left-hand finish.
Nothing more enjoyable for me than to watch a weak hand finish by a guy going into the lane.
32-27. Raptors leading by 5, matches their largest lead of the game, and they just forced another turnover. Poeltl dives down to the floor to secure it, got it head to Walter, to Barnes with another left-hand finish in the lane. Jonesy's loving it. Scotty's staring at his left hand, and we got a timeout on the floor.
Hey, any kids listening or young coaches, when Magic Johnson was at Michigan State, you know what? I'll finish it after the commercial. Make for a nice story after the commercial. I don't have to rush.
We call that a tease, folks.
Tease.
It's 34-27, and it's story time with Jonesy when we come back on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
86 deliveries made.
11 friends' houses moved.
9 rentals completed, and the next one on its way.
Measure your Tundra's capability in memories, not just mileage. It's time to Toyota. Lease a 2025 Tundra 4x4 Crewmax SR from $150 weekly for 36 months at 4.79% with $5,800 down. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Ontario Toyota dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. And Jonesy, it's story time.
Yes, it's story time. Back when Judd Heathcote, the late Judd Heathcote, was coaching Michigan State with Magic Johnson, Greg Kelser are now a broadcaster for the Pistons, Mike and Don Berkovich, a couple of Windsor guys that were on that national championship team, Terry Donnelly. He had a series of layups called the Michigan State Daily Dozen. And there were 6 from the right side and the exact same 6 from the left side with the left hand. So he did 6 with the right hand, 6 with the... And one of them was coming across the lane for a baby hook off glass. We've seen it twice from Scotty now.
Yep.
And
in the last 2 possessions.
And it's so effective. I tell young coaches, young players, you got to be able to finish. Teach it, and if you're a player, work on it.
Well, I need you to come to the Smith household, and Uncle Jonesy needs to work with Jackson Smith. I don't see enough of the left hand. 34-27. Raptors out of the timeout, leading by 7. Bulls with the ball, and we got a foul. Emmanuel quickly is trying to say, A, I don't know if I fouled him, and B, it should be on the floor if I did, but they're going to give 2 free throws to Trey Jones.
Trey Jones at the line for the Bulls.
IQ.
Shooting 2.
trying to play on the inconsistency of some of those calls.
First free throw goes down, cuts the Raptor lead to 6 as Darko Rajakovic stares up with the stink face at the scoreboard going, huh? Where was that, as he tries to have a conversation with Ed Malloy. Jason Goebel and Nate Green, the other 2 officials, our crew for tonight's game, as we are almost 2 minutes into the second quarter with the Raptors now leading by 5 as Jones hits the second free throw. Barnes lobs one up to a cutting Pirtle, and Yak finishes on the alley-oop. Okay.
Yeah, not often we see Jakob with that kind of an alley-oop finish.
Bulls try to answer back with a triple. Smith comes up empty on that one, and the Raptors grab the rebound. Across center they come, leading by 7. Emmanuel quickly out towards center. 6 points and a couple of assists in this ball game. Quickly gives it up to Barnes. Above the free throw line, down low to Jakob Pirtle as they take advantage of the size. Mouse in the house.
That is great basketball. High-low, classic foul line to a guy ducking in down lows, and big-to-big passing if you factor Scotty into that.
Well, and Jones was there trying to guard Pirtle. He was little man stuck down low.
Yeah, no shot.
An air ball from Smith in front of the Raptor bench, and the Raptors off the rebound come back the other way, leading by 9, trying to push the pace, and Emmanuel quickly is fouled with 9:16 to go in the second quarter. Buzelis with the foul, and quickly he's going to go to the free throw line.
I like the way the Raptors are playing. Smart basketball, shooting over 50%. Forcing Chicago into turnovers. I like the start. We're into the sustained phase now. 10-point lead after the free throw by Quickly.
39-29 with 9:16 to go in the second quarter as we await the second free throw now for Quickly. 7 points in the ball game. Second in scoring on the team to Scotty Barnes with 9. Barnes now sitting down again, getting a breather. Already with 9 points, 4 assists, 3 boards. Quickly with the free throw, it's good. It's Quickly, Barrett, Robinson, Shed, and Walter for the Bulls. Buzelis, Collins, White, Terry, and Jones. Buzelis gave it up to Collins. Gives it back to Buzelis under the 10. Bobbled the ball, picked it back up, fires out on the perimeter, and the triple no good for Jones. Raptors with the rebound, and here they come. Across center, R.J. Barrett. Crossed up, Buzelis gets into the lane, scooped it up on the right side with the right hand, missed it, and here come the Bulls. Down the floor. White, the trailer with the pass, turns, fires back out to Terry. Terry gets into the paint, throws the head back, trying to get the call, doesn't. Back out to center, he gives the pass to White. Shot clock down to 7. White with Shed in front of him. Deep triple, straight away is good for Kobe White.
I thought he was off balance there, but did a nice job of squaring himself.
Chops the Raptor lead to 8. Raptors in the midst of a 20-7 run. 8:15 to go, second quarter, and a sloppy pass there from Quickly to Barrett is knocked away by the Bulls, and they pick it up. And another turnover for Toronto. Buzelis driving on the near side. Raptors didn't stop the ball.
No.
And he got right to the 10 and laid it in.
Yeah, they were more interested in trying to stop what might be a pass, and he just kept going.
Toronto's lead now cut to 6. Shed, right to left, cross court, on the perimeter, over to Quickly. White in front of Emmanuel as Robinson sets a screen. Quickly goes around it, gets into the paint. Stopped on a dime, was looking to pass, lost the handle, got it back, gives it to Barrett for 3, and a busted play turns into something good for T.O.
Really, really good job for Toronto. You said they made garbage, gold out of garbage on that one, Eric.
Somebody's asleep at the wheel in Chicago tonight because the official score just marked that as a 2 for R.J. Barrett, and that was for sure a 3. And as I say that, they've now changed it back to a 3, and now they've changed it back to a 2. Unless I'm blind, that was for sure a 3.
That would make 2 of us.
We're going to get a look at a replay right now. We'll see if those toes crept across the line, but it certainly didn't look like it from our vantage point. Not as a 3. For sure a 3. So again, for now, we'll go with 42-34, but that will change, folks. I promise you that will change. Raptors leading by 8. Jacoby Walter picked up a foul on Jones. That's going to be his second foul of the game, and things have slowed down a little bit right now. I don't know if something spilled on the floor or if the ball got dirty or what, but Ed Malloy's trying to clean everything up literally and figuratively as he's over at the scores table now, trying to make sure that the clock is correct. And there you go. As I just told you, it's been changed from a 2-point basket to a 3-point basket. So it's a 43-34 lead for the Raptors. Toronto up 9. How are we seeing this from where we are and the dude in Chicago has messed up twice in the last 5 minutes? Raptors with this 9-point lead as it cut to 7. No, Robinson just snuffed out the layup attempt from Terry. Bulls got the rebound, though, and Collins missed from right underneath.
Dalen Terry needs to go to school there. Use your left hand, and that's a layup. Instead, he puts the right hand right to the shot blocker.
Triple up for Grady Dick. Left it short off the front of the rim, but R.J. Barrett gets the rebound. Second chance opportunity. Barrett to a cutting Robinson. Crunched at the rim, and it's going to be 2 free throws for Orlando Robinson.
Yeah, I should email the Daily Dozen to Dalen Terry.
Well, he clearly wasn't tuned into our broadcast. We were just talking about it 3 minutes ago. Finishing with the left hand. In fact, you gave us the tutorial on our last broadcast as well about trying to get the ball away from the block shot.
Yeah.
Or the shot blocker in general.
The long step.
Robinson just missed on the first free throw, nearly airballed it, left it well short. Raptors still leading by 9, 43-34. 7:08 to go in the quarter. We are approaching the midway point. Coming up at the half, Amit Man will have our halftime show. Second free throw good for Robinson. He's got 3 points, 5 boards off the bench. His 5 rebounds lead the way for the Raptors as Toronto now leads by 10. Collins at the near elbow, just above it. With Robinson covering him, he gave up to Buzelis. Buzelis bounce pass, nice pass down low to a cutting Jones who lays it in. Nice find from Buzelis. The Raptor lead now is 8, 44-36 as Jamal Shed brings it across center. Calls out the play for the Raptors, goes over on the far side to Grady Dick, back to Shed straight away. Well above the arc now on the near side, it's Barrett. At the free throw line, Robinson. Robinson trying to go at Collins, brought it to his left. And then as he elevated, he lost the handle, and it kind of flung off his fingertips out of bounds.
Chicago looked like they were in kind of a, maybe it was the Raptors offense, kind of a hybrid zone there. And Robinson found a nice soft spot in the middle and was ready to go to work.
6:22 to go in this first half. Raptors leading by 8. Here's Josh Giddey up top to Collins, straight away with the 3, too strong. Rebound to Grady Dick, and it's taken away by R.J. Barrett. Barrett across center, hands it off to Grady. Deep one from straight away. Dick with the 3 is good, and Toronto leads by 11.
Really nice job. Really nice job by Grady. He has become one of the better catch-and-shoot guys. His confidence is very high.
Grady just got wiped out in a screen. Collins drove to the tin, fouled at the rim, and Zach Collins is going to get 2 free throws for the Bulls. I don't know how his hair stays in place. I need to get his gel.
He's got, yeah.
He's got more hair, I'll give him that, but still,
gel and then
that's even more impressive.
The gel and then probably cooking it in there.
I guess
little
so.
heat.
a can of hairspray to hold it down. He looks like he should be playing in a leather jacket on top of that. Got the old school 50s do as he knocks down the first free throw to cut the Raptor lead to 10. Raptors twice in this quarter have had the lead as high as 11, and they've been in charge since mid to late first quarter. They led by 3 at the end of the frame, currently up by 10, 47-37, now make it 47-38, as Collins knocks down the second free throw as well. Collins with 4 points, couple of rebounds, and a couple of assists. R.J. Barrett, logo at center, now out toward the far wing, bounces the pass over to Shed on the wing near side. Shed cross court over to Walter. Walter down in the paint at the free throw line. Barrett out to Grady Dick on the wing near side. Busted. East side triple for Grady Dick on what? Another catch and shoot.
And how about RJ knowing exactly where that ball is to go to get to Grady?
Raptors now by 12, their largest lead. Buzelis in the lane. Nice pass to a cutting Collins, who lays it in to cut it to 10.
Zach Collins auditioning. He's been at a couple stops around the NBA. It hasn't worked. I like his athleticism. I like him as a stretch big.
50-40. Raptors by 10 with 5:05 to go here until half. Barrett straight away around a Robinson screen. On the far side, drives, sucks in defenders, handed off to Robinson, who's fouled, and Orlando Robinson will head back to the free throw line. Barrett is quarterbacking really well right now.
He's doing a great job. You know, like his playmaking is something that, you know, is underplayed. People don't think it's that, or never realized how good it was. He just couldn't do it in New York, and he's starting to do it now. Imagine him as another playmaker on the floor when you got Ingram and Barnes.
Robinson goes to the free throw line, knocks down the first one, puts the lead back up at 11. With exactly 5 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Toronto shooting 51% from the floor, and that percentage has gone up over the course of this quarter. In fact, the Raptors shooting a pretty steady 7 of 10 overall. Robinson makes the second free throw to push the lead back up to 12, matching the largest lead of the game. Josh Giddey out on the far side to Collins in the lane, spinning pass in the near corner. Jones up top to Giddey. Giddey's going to take the three and knock it down over Robinson. Orlando gave him a little bit too much room.
Raptors, good job there, rotating multiple effort, but as you said, got to be close enough to touch, especially a guy who not afraid to shoot it.
Toronto by 9, and Robinson just turned it over. He was looking for Barrett, but they weren't reading the same mail. And back the other way, Buzelis with a monster one-hand jam, and the Raptor lead is down to 7. 52-45 with now 4:17 to go here in the first half. Walter around a Robinson screen, far elbow just above it. Jumper is good. Rattled halfway down, looked like it might pop out, and it went back down in the tin. Chicago down 9. Buzelis, bunny hop in the lane.
Nope,
they're going to call him on the travel.
The Iverson, the Jamal Crawford, took off on the left foot and didn't land together. Landed on the left foot, bang, bang, instead of boom together.
We got a timeout on the floor with 4:03 to go in the first half. The Raptors leading 54-45 on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
25 years. That's a long time. 25 years of Alta Infinity? That's an exceptionally long time. They're exceptional. They deliver your new vehicle to your home or office. They pick up and drop off your Infinity for service. They deliver an exceptional Infinity experience. That's how you get to 25.
Alta Infinity. Excellence in motion. Find us at 5585 Highway 7 West, east of the 427. AltaInfinity.com.
Part of the Zankin Auto Group.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito, food for every mood.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. First half, 4:03 to go in the second quarter. Raptors leading the Bulls 54-45. The balanced attack continues for the Raptors. No player in double figures yet, as everybody's getting in on the scoring. Barnes with 9, Dick with 9. Jakob Poeltl has 6, Quickly has 8. RJ Barrett's got 7. They've really been spreading it out, Jonesy, with Toronto now up to a hair under 53% from the floor.
And the balance is the key, Eric, as you said. I mean, you look at even the bench in on the act. 15 from the bench. And just getting really solid play. I'm impressed with, for the most part, the defense has been good. Chicago's picked it up a little bit, but they're forcing turnovers. It's a matter of keeping it up now.
See how the Raptors close out this first half in the dying couple of minutes. Again, 4 minutes and 3 seconds to be exact. As Toronto looks for this first win on this 4-game road trip after dropping the opener in Indiana a couple of nights ago.
No, they played without Scotty in that one. A much different team when you have one of your best players back on the floor.
3:50 to go here first half as the Raptors run offense. It's RJ Barrett getting to the free throw line, firing it out in the perimeter near side to Grady Dick, who puts it on the floor, drives to the tin, and he's fouled on a layup attempt, and it's going to be 2 free throws for Grady Dick.
Raptors look a little bit confused coming out of the timeout, but they did a good job of recovering. They went some screen and roll, and again, Barrett facilitating, getting it to Grady with an advantage, and now Grady getting the foul call.
54-45. Raptors by 9 as Grady goes to the free throw line. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. End of the third quarter. Denver leads Detroit by 20 in Detroit. Oklahoma City with a 9-point advantage on the Hawks. That one with about 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Boston leading the Cleveland Cavaliers by 10 with the third quarter just starting. Boston scored 74 in the first half against the Cavaliers. We'll give you some other scores later on, including, I think we might have a volleyball score to pass along at one point as well, with the Raptors now leading by 10 as Grady went 1 of 2 at the stripe. Bulls come up empty on their offensive trip. The Lonzo Ball 3-ball no good, and Quickly with the rebound brings it across center. 3:20 to go first half. Barnes, wing far side. Poeltl comes over to set the screen. Scotty keeps the ball himself. Now tries to drive to the baseline. Cut off, goes back out to Barrett. Barrett trying to shake Dosunmu, who just blew a tire. And Barrett's shot was no good, but it's tipped back in by Jakob Poeltl, and Toronto leads by 12.
Nice job by RJ, creating again off the bounce.
Here comes White for the Bulls. Looked like he was trying to go up and under, but he stopped on a dime, missed the layup, but it's tipped back in by Collins. So that chops the Raptor lead to 10. Still a double-digit lead for the Raptors with 2:40 to go in the first half. Barrett straight away, over, ball, 3-ball, too strong, back rim, rebound to Dosunmu, and across center come the Bulls. White on the near side fouled by Emmanuel Quickly, who again didn't like the call. That'll be his second with 2:33 to go here in the first half. And Jonesy, we continue to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Indiana leading by 11 with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Brooklyn down 14. Check that, 16 with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. And I said there might be a volleyball score?
Well, yeah, I'm getting updates from Kingston, Ontario, where my son Michael is playing for Western in the OUA semifinal against Queens, and it's 2 sets apiece. Winner gets a trip to the Canadian Championship.
And if I'm not mistaken, Western just fought off a match point to win that fourth set and to force the fifth and deciding.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry to you and to your son. I've never been a Western fan, but I am right now.
Well,
all right?
I was until I went to school there, and now they have all my money because he's in a pretty expensive program.
Yeah, it's in my blood to not like Western, but I'm a Western Mustangs fan right now as I want to see him advance. Raptors looking to advance into the half with a lead. They're up by 10 with 2:10 to go as R.J. Barrett brings it across center. Bulls just turned it over on a shot clock violation for the 9th time in this game. The Bulls turn it over as Pirtle gives it to Barnes, who knocks down the triple right in front of the Chicago bench and then talks a little junk to the bench before going back down the floor with a huge smile on his face.
What a great shooting night for Scotty. 5 of 6 right now, making both his triples.
Raptors with a 13-point lead, largest of the game. Giddey back in the lane, and wow, tough layup is good in traffic. Josh Giddey. Toronto's lead is 11. Barnes driving near side, elevates, fouled by Giddey, and to the free throw line for the first time in this game, R.J. Barrett. Or excuse me, Scotty Barnes.
Well, Scotty
would have been the first for R.J. Barrett as well, but Scotty Barnes will get his first free throws.
Yeah, doing a nice job, staying aggressive. And what do you know? The Raptors on the right side of a free throw differential for one of the rare times this year.
Toronto just made their 7th free throw on their 9th attempt. They have more than doubled up the Bulls as Chicago is 4 of 4. Raptors still shooting a solid 52% from the floor as Barnes hits both free throws to stretch the lead back to 13 with 90 seconds to go in the first half. 62-49 is the score. Josh Giddey, far elbow, back on the perimeter to Herter on the sideline to White, missed the 3, rebound to Grady Dick. Grady far sideline across center. Lobs went up to Jakob Pirtle, and that one was a rocket and a turnover for Toronto as Pirtle couldn't finish on the alley-oop. And White lays it in for the Bulls to cut the Raptor lead to 11.
Yeah, got to get back. You know, you lose the ball, got to get back.
That wasn't a great decision by
ball.
Grady either.
No.
Quickly with a 3-ball, no good. Raptors can't get to the rebound. Chicago has it. And now the Bulls have a chance to go on a little run here before halftime. White drives into the paint. Jackknife pass out to Ball over in the far corner. Herter 3 is good. And just like that, Chicago cuts it to 8. 5 straight for the Bulls with 51 seconds to go in this first half. Raptors led by 13. We'll see if they can get it back up into double figures maybe before the break. Barnes milking the clock down, holding the ball near center court. The Raptors will have to give it up. Still lots of time left with 37 seconds. And now the shot clock down to 5. Near side quickly. Driving in, fouled, and he's going to get to the free throw line.
He is so decisive on those drives, especially to his right hand.
.3 seconds to go. Emmanuel quickly back to the free throw line. He's already 2 of 2 at the stripe tonight. 3 assists and a couple of rebounds. 4 quickly.
Gets to the line a lot for a guy his size. I mean, he's aggressive getting into the lane. Puts pressure on the rim.
Unfortunately, misses the first free throw. That's his first miss. It's the Raptors' 3rd as a team. They are 8 of 11 overall. Quickly awaiting the second free throw. Trying to push the lead up to 9. Raptors will get the ball back before the end of this half. As quickly dips, fires, and makes good on the free throw. It's 63-54. Ball. With Pirtle in front of him, goes over to Herter, back to Ball. Shot clock down to 10. Lonzo gets into the lane, now fires it back to Herter in the near corner. He dribbles into the paint. He's now got Pirtle on a switch. Yak trying to hold his ground on 2 separate guards as Herter turns, fires, floats one up, misses. Bulls get the rebound, though, as Collins out to Herter, over to White. Back rim, too strong, no good. Rebound to R.J. Barrett, ahead to Quickly. Heave at the half, good if it goes. And it's an air ball from Emmanuel Quickly, and the Raptors will head into the break with a 9-point lead.
How about Jakob doing a really nice job on the 2 guards as he switched out, moved his feet, and contested both shots, and they got a miss.
So Toronto with the defense, as Jonesy just noted, to head into the break with a 9-point advantage, shooting an even 50% from the floor. They're up 63-54 in Chicago. When we come back, it's our halftime show with Amit Mann. Then Jonesy and I return for second half action on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small...
What's up, insiders? Thank you for hanging out with us this evening for the Raptors and the Bulls in Chicago. Please make sure to take this time and exit out of the chat. Hit that like button down below. We need to bring more basketball fans here to the chat to cheer on We the North, our Raptors. We're getting ready to start at the United Center behind me. Let's go get that W tonight over the Bulls. It's going to be a fun one. Two struggling teams, but the Raptors have so much talent. They should get the W tonight. I say we will get the W tonight. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, do all those wonderful things, and let's grow an awesome Raptors community where we hang out live every single Toronto Raptors game and cheer on We the North. Go Raps, go. Hey you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for the Bulls and the Raptors. We really appreciate you being here. And normally we would say hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell here. But tonight we want you to go hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell for our friend David Kaplan's The Recap. He's here with a special message to tell you all about his channel. Take it away, Cap.
I'm David Kaplan from The Recap, that would be R-E-K-A-P, on YouTube, which we record right after every Chicago Bears, Cubs, White Sox, and Bulls game to give you an inside perspective on what happened day to day with each of our teams. Plus, the Recap Rush Hour every afternoon, getting you caught up on that day's happening in sports, plus live shows with Felco, Football, Recap Live, and Lunch Hour with Ryan McGuffey. So follow The Recap on YouTube and click that notification bell so you never miss any of our content. Take that.
Thank you, Cap. Chicago fans, head over there and hit that like, subscribe, and check out Cap and Guff's awesome content. We'll see you back in the chat. Let's go Raptors. Come on, We the North. We got to drown out those Chicago fans. Let's go.
So just looking at the numbers so far, Scotty Barnes, terrific so far. 14 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. He's shooting 5 of 6 and has made both his free throws. RJ Barrett, I said earlier, 7 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Don't let the numbers fool you, okay? He was very good. We'll talk about that in just a second. He shot 3 of 8. Jakob Poeltl, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists on 4 of 6 shooting. Grady Dick has 3 threes made and 10 points, 3 of 7 overall in that first half. Emmanuel Quickly, a little bit quiet, 9 points, 2 of 6 overall, 2 of 5 from 3, but 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He has gotten to the line a little bit more of late to go with 2 rebounds and 3 assists. And looking aside from that, the Raptors as a team, they shoot 50% in that first half, 52% from 3 on 10 of 19 shooting, 28 rebounds, 17 assists on 22 made field goals. Not a bad outlook right there. And meanwhile, for the Chicago Bulls, all right, Josh Giddey, I talked about him during pregame. He was going to be essential for the Raptors to slow down a bit, and they did decently well. 7 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Actually, they didn't do very good at all. That's not very good. We'll talk about that in just a second as well. Kevin Herter, 3 threes from him. He has 9 points on 3 of 7 shooting. Zach Collins, their center with Nikola Vucevic, not in the lineup today. He has 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists on 3 of 6 shooting. Lonzo Ball had a few early threes. Matus Buzelis, he has 4 points on 2 of 3 shooting. And aside from them, that's kind of like where the big numbers are coming from the Chicago Bulls. And looking at some of the team stats for the Bulls now, they got 22 rebounds and 17 assists. So both teams sharing the ball pretty well on the offensive side of things. But bench points, there is an advantage for the Chicago Bulls. They got 22 compared to the Raptors 15, but the Raptors have 11 points off of turnovers. There was a lot of turnovers in that first half, a lot of live ball turnovers. We're going to keep on talking about how this first half went down and why RJ Barrett was very good when we return. You're listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and sportsnet.ca.
Discover more value at Loblaws. Get family-sized, boneless, skinless chicken breast or thighs at $4.66 per pound. Offer ends Wednesday, March 5th. Shop now. Conditions apply. See flyer for details. Loblaws, proudly Canadian since 1919.
Roll Up to Win is back at Tim Hortons with millions of prizes, like a vacation with Sell Off Vacations or a tracker off-road ATV from Bass Pro Shops. Play on the Tim's app until March 23rd. Rules apply. Canada only. No purchase necessary. Visit the Tim's app for details.
Going on vacation? Spending money in another currency? From dollars to dong, pounds to pesos. If you're still using major banks, you could be getting ripped off. Instead, use Wise and save up to 3 times compared to major banks when you spend money in another currency. Download the Wise app today. Wise, the app for doing things in other currencies. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Taylor, coffee?
Maybe later. My oil furnace is out again.
You should upgrade to an electric heat pump.
Isn't that expensive?
No, it's worth it. It can heat even when it's minus 30, cools when it gets warmer. Plus, there's a government program to help cover most of the costs up front.
Huh, coffee's on me then.
To see if you're eligible for the Oil to Heat Pump Affordability Program, visit canada.ca/heat pumps or call 1-800-O-CANADA. A message from the Government of Canada.
Itching to head outside as the weather warms up? Just remember, when it's 0 degrees and above, you and your pets aren't the only ones active. For the health of the whole family, make sure you're offering your dog or cat the protection they need. Talk to your veterinarian about all-in-one options today and visit nextguard.ca for some great savings. That's NextGuard, NEXGARD.
Psst! Did you hear that Friday's Lotto Max jackpot is an estimated $15 million?
If I won, I'd start my own film festival.
Shh! No dreaming during the movie. Sorry, I'd produce, direct, and star in my own summer blockbusters.
And watch them in my 200-seat home theater.
I'd buy my own roller coaster.
Sorry.
Friday's Lotto Max jackpot is an estimated $15 million. Why dream to the min when you can dream to the max?
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to the halftime show. My name is Amit Mann. So the Raptors lead 63-54 at half with a few minutes to go before we get back to third quarter action. Paul Jones and Eric Smith, as usual, will have you covered there. So, yeah, fast pace in this first half. Both teams are opting to play very fast. And when you play fast, usually turnovers do follow. And a lot of those were in the live ball category. And the Raptors, more so than the Bulls, they took full advantage of that. And for Josh Giddey, he's one of the key players to stop on the Bulls. And the Raptors opted to use a lot of size against him. So we saw Jonathan Mobo, he saw Scotty Barnes, and he saw RJ Barrett. And you know, honestly, like Josh was, he did a decent job of just blowing by those guys and creating passing windows for teammates with his ability to collapse the defense. And then as time went on, the Raptors did a much better job of just showing more help. And that's from the nail. That's from their low man. So the nail help is the person at the middle of the free throw line. And then the low man is underneath the basket. And their rotations were really solid. And they started switching absolutely everything. Jakob Poeltl, that last basket or the last possession for the Bulls before the end of the second quarter, he switched on to like through 2 or 3 guys, right? And he was all on the perimeter, and that's what the Raptors are opting to do because they want to see if these Bulls guys can actually penetrate the paint and finish over some of the other bodies that the Raptors have. And, so far so good for the Toronto Raptors. On the offensive side of things, Scotty Barnes, pretty efficient in that first half. He continues to put a lot of pressure on the paint, and the Raptors need that from him. The Bulls, they were kind of toggling between a few different zones. Sometimes it was a 2-3, other times it was a 3-2. Sometimes they were doing that in the middle of possessions, and the Raptors did a good job of countering that. More specifically, it was R.J. Barrett who got into the middle of the zone while they were doing their toggling for one possession. He got into the middle of it, and he just fired a dart over his left shoulder to Grady Dick for 3. It's like stuff like that. You just need to be in tune with that. And as your team is kind of toggling through their actions against zone defenses, you have to keep on moving, but also you need someone in the middle of those zones, especially a 2-3 or a 3-2. You got to get into the heart of it. And RJ Barrett, he kind of was a zone buster for the Raptors, and he did a good job of just getting into that spot where you need to be in and creating offense for the Raptors from right there. And they got to keep on doing that. Like the Bulls, they're going to give you opportunities, but if you keep them off the 3-point line, or at least keep on closing out strong on them, keep your rotations tight, keep your low man there, and the Raptors should be in a decent position to win this game. And we'll see what happens. I'll talk to you after the game, but from here, Eric and Paul got you. So we'll talk to you after the game. After the last 24 minutes, you're listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on Sportsnet app and sportsnet.ca.
When you sit on your Aeroplan points, it's like you're sitting on your next trip, like a sunny getaway by the sea. But instead, you're sitting on your Aeroplan points. So the only sea you get to sit in is a sea of traffic. Use your points and go from smelling your Ocean Breeze air freshener to smelling the ocean breeze. So stop sitting on your next trip and start enjoying your Aeroplan points.
Lazy Boy of Southern Ontario is proudly Canadian-owned and operated. When you shop with Lazy Boy, you're not just buying furniture. You are supporting Canadian jobs, families, and local charities. Your furniture purchase helps strengthen our communities and improves lives. We are as dedicated as ever at providing you with top-quality home furnishings at outstanding value.
Double scratch and save up to an extra 50% off your entire purchase during our weekend sale at 8 GTA stores, plus Kitchener, Barrie, and St. Catharines.
We all want to plan for retirement, but sometimes life has other plans. Kids, career changes, renovations, and repairs. Just know you're not alone, and it's never too late to start planning. Visit canada.ca/retirement to explore public pension programs, calculators, quizzes, tools, and more to help you plan for a financially secure retirement. A message from the Government of Canada.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito? My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Rogers Xfinity Internet is ready for everything, so you can search and stream and shop and study and share and play and post and work and watch and game and work out and download and... Wow, that's a lot. And now you can save a lot too at the Rogers Spring Event. Visit in-store or Rogers.com and save on Canada's most reliable internet. Get Rogers Xfinity Internet and be ready to do more everything.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the second half. The Raptors leading 63-54. Halftime is in the books. As Chicago starts with the ball, they bring it across center, moving left to right. Lonzo Ball with the ball. Into the paint, gives it up to Collins. Back out on the perimeter to Giddey. Giddey now around a Collins screen, driving on the far side, finishing with a right hand on the left side, lays it in, and Chicago trails by 7.
The Raptors allowed him to turn the corner and get all the way to the other side. Somebody's got to stop that ball advancement.
Grady Dick on the wing near side. Turns the corner into the paint, then fires a pass back out to Quickly with the up fake on White. He gets into the paint, far sideline to Grady. On the baseline, floater, no good off the side of the rim, kept alive by Barnes, but into the hands of Buzelis. Driving down the floor, look out. A big-time jam for the youngster Buzelis to cut the Raptor lead to 5.
He's very aggressive. A youngster who not afraid.
63-58. Raptors with the lead. Bulls have a chance to shave a little more right here. Lonzo Ball 3, no good. Rebound to Emmanuel Quickly, who spurts across center. Drops it off to Barnes. Out to Grady. Deep one for Dick for 3, no good. And the rebound to Collins, tapped away by Pirtle. So it's Chicago ball. 1 minute, 16 seconds into the third quarter. Raptors leading by 5. They have dipped down to 47%. That's the same percentage as the Bulls. In fact, Chicago has one more field goal made in this game, but they just turned it over as Lonzo Ball bounced the pass out to the perimeter, and Chicago not reading the same mail as Buzelis had vacated his spot on the floor. See if the Raptors can convert off the miscue. Barnes to Pirtle, back out on the perimeter to R.J. Barrett for 3. That one no good. Grady comes flying in to secure the rebound. Second chance opportunity. Quickly 3. Busted. Raptors with the triple, and they push their lead up to 8.
How about Grady? Terrific job. Nobody boxes him out. He gets a running start and then keeps the ball alive, and RJ into the paint with the kick out. Chicago totally mismatched, giving up the offensive rebound.
And the Bulls not happy about that one as they quickly call a timeout, with the Raptors walking into the break with an 8-point lead. It's 66-58 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century. That's how Gary fans, and we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito. Food for every mood. The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Third quarter, 10:15 to go. Raptors leading the Bulls 66-58. Earlier tonight, Ochai Agbaji with a left ankle sprain left the ball game. He will not return, so we await the status of Ochai moving forward for the rest of this road trip against the Magic, let alone the rest of the season. As Jonesy, it certainly didn't look good for Ochai when he left the floor. He was not doing so under his own power, hopping on the right leg and not putting anything down on that left foot.
Well, it was a bad sprain. He backed up onto somebody's foot, and just tough one. You could see that it turned on him right away. And he went down and, as you said, had to be helped to the locker room.
Chicago out of the timeout, inbounds the ball. Raptors picking up some pressure in the backcourt. That looked like an over in the back.
It sure did, Eric. We had one the other night in the game in Toronto that wasn't called. And then apparently the referees were informed about it. And in the second half, they called one.
Buzelis had 1 foot over in the front court and 1 foot in the back court. And well, either way, it didn't hurt the Raptors as Toronto got the ball away from Chicago, came down the floor, and just got a beautiful alley-oop jam from Scotty Barnes. Jakob Poeltl with the assist. So no harm done for the Raptors as Toronto pushes their lead back into double figures. 68-58 with now 9:35 to go here in the third quarter.
I like the pickup point on defense. Chicago way out.
Far corner. Collins triple, no good. Good contest by Scotty. Bulls get the ball, though, for a second chance opportunity. It's Lonzo. Hands off to Buzelis on the near side. RJ stands him up. They go over the ball in the near corner. Sidestep, set the feet, triple up, no good. Rebound, Grady Dick high for it. Josh Giddey comes in and secures it. And as the two wrestle for it, we're going to have a jump ball between Giddey and Dick. 9:13 to go in the third quarter. We're seeing some replays from that alley-oop dunk for Scotty Barnes a couple of minutes ago. How about Scotty tonight, Jonesy? Continuing with the efficiency. 6 of 7 from the floor for Barnes for 16 points to lead the way. He's the top scorer in the ballgame. Grady wins the tip against Josh Giddey, and it's picked up by Barrett down the floor to Barnes. Too high, too far, and the Raptors turn it over.
Yeah, Scotty, I'd have liked to see him move his feet a couple more steps on the close there. Maybe he catches that.
9:05 to go in this third quarter. On the out-of-town scoreboard, I said we'd keep you updated on the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're in action in New York. They lead the Rangers 3-2 with 9:30 to go in that game. Josh Giddey with the two-hand cram for the Bulls cuts the Raptor lead to 8. Poeltl, 1 foot inside the arc, goes over on the near side to Quickly. Into the paint, stops on a dime just below the free throw line. Hands it off to Barrett. Barrett back out on the perimeter to Quickly. Shot clock down to 7. Poeltl comes up high to set the screen. Quickly tried to go around it and lost the handle, turned it over. Here come the Bulls on a 3-on-2, and fouled at the 10 is Buzelis. He's going to go to the free throw line.
I thought Quickly was fouled when he went into his screen roll sequence.
It sure looked like it. It sure like Lonzo Ball hacked him pretty hard. The officials let that one go. And now the Bulls get to the line for just the 5th and 6th attempts of the game. Toronto has doubled up Chicago in that department. They are 9 of 12 as a team. So Toronto led by 13 on a couple of separate occasions in this game. They went into the break leading by 9. It was cut down to 5. They built it back up to 10. And now the Bulls are trying to put together yet another run. Buzelis with the first free throw has cut it to 7. He's going to try and make it 6 right here with the second of 2. He dips and fires. It's clean, and it is indeed a 6-point Raptor lead, 68-62. Emmanuel Quickly will bring it across center for the Raptors. Across that big Bulls logo at center. Calls out the play with his left hand. He's trying to direct traffic as he bounces it over far side to Barrett. Now to Barnes above the far elbow. Scotty still holding the ball. Buzelis in front of him. Barnes now telling Quickly to dive to the 10 as he drives, scoops it up in traffic, missed the layup. Just his second missed shot of the game. And here come the Bulls. They could get it down to 4, maybe even 3. White bounces in traffic, out on the perimeter to Giddey, up top to Buzelis, wide open 3, and he missed badly. It ricochets into the Chicago bench, and it's Toronto ball. 68-62, Raptors leading with 7:53 to go in the third. Quickly throws it in to Barnes, who tosses it back over to Quickly. Emmanuel across center toward the far sideline. Looking to go cross court with the pass. Instead, he keeps it on the far side to Poeltl above the far elbow. Bounce pass to a cutting Quickly. Thought he had the layup, but he was snuffed out on a block by Josh Giddey, and here come the Bulls. Buzelis to Giddey. Over to Collins, far side. Ball knocked away by Poeltl, and the Raptors get it right back.
That's how you respond. Play defense.
Here comes Barrett down the lane, right to the 10, lay it in. A nice spurt there from R.J. Barrett. Pushes the Raptor lead back to 8. Collins behind the defense, fouled by Quickly. And it's going to be 2 free throws for Zach Collins.
The Raptors do a nice job of scoring and then just kind of slack getting back. Just guys jogging, nobody really aware. And that pass is made from almost half court to Zach Collins.
7:17 to go third quarter. Raptors with an 8-point lead, 70-62, but Collins will have a chance to chop a couple off that right now as he heads to the stripe for his 3rd and 4th attempts in the game. A very efficient 8 points, 8 rebounds for the big man. A couple of assists and a steal. He wears the number 12 for the Bulls, Zach Collins. The big man dips and fires on the first free throw. It's clean. Raptor lead is cut to 7. Got a couple of changes now for the Raptors as Orlando Robinson's going to come into the ball game. Jakob Poeltl sits down. Jonathan Mobo in for Scotty Barnes as well. Robinson, Mobo, Quickly, Dick, and Barrett. For the Bulls, it's Ball, Buzelis, Collins, Giddey, and Herter. Second free throw clean as well for Collins. That cuts the Raptor lead down to 6. 70-64 is the score. Barrett out on the far side at the elbow, now below it, into the paint, leans in, floats it up, bucket is good, plus the foul and a 3-point opportunity for R.J. Barrett. He just showed his strength right there.
Yeah, downhill, R.J. gets to that left hand, and Chicago they were kind of in a zone, and he just kept advancing the ball on the bounce, and nobody picked him up.
R.J. good with the free throw. And the Raptors punching back to stretch their lead up to 9. Across center, Buzelis to Giddey at center, Mobo in front of him. Lobs a pass over to Collins inside the arc out on the far side. Orlando Robinson is there. Collins with a bounce pass to a cutting Buzelis. Bobbled it, gets it back, finds Herter, into the near corner to Giddey. Nice job by Grady Dick to get out there on the shooter. Giddey into the paint, up top to Collins. Contest from Quickly, and Collins missed badly. The backboard saved some lives, and it didn't hit rim. It's a shot clock violation.
Great multiple effort. The closeout by Grady was textbook in the corner. Came out under control in a stance, stands up Giddey, and now he makes the pass, and Quickly with another multiple effort, closing out to the shooter Collins. And as you said, backboard's got a crack in it.
73-64. Raptors by 9. Could they make it 11 right here? Jumper good from the baseline far side. Emmanuel Quickly knocks it down from 13 feet. Raptors by 11. Giddey up top to Smith, who just checked in. Smith trying to shake free from Robinson. Handoff to Herter. Herter into the paint. Stopped on a dime. Floated out on the near sideline to Buzelis. Bodies flying down low. Bulls trying to work that advantage. They work the ball back around to Buzelis. Missed the triple. One-hand rebound to Smith, who lays it back in.
Quickly got caught behind him and didn't make the effort to get in front or even push him under the basket. He was standing beside him and never got in front of him the entire time.
75-66. Quickly back in the lane. Floats one up, fouled, and that should be 2 free throws coming for Emmanuel Quickly.
You know, the possession at the other end, another example. The Raptors doing a great job scrambling, multiple effort, closing out, contesting shots. But you got to close it with the rebound. You know, we watched the sequence and Quickly stood beside Ben Smith the whole time. He stood beside him rather than getting in front of him and putting your backside on his thigh so he couldn't get to the basket to get the ball.
They got Kevin Herter on the reach with the foul. He's the one that committed the sin on Emmanuel Quickly. That's the first foul for Kevin Herter. He's trying to plead his case right now with the officials, but they're not having any of it as Quickly goes to the free throw line, knocks down the first one. That gives Toronto a 10-point lead at 76-66. We're past the midway point of this quarter with 5:53 to go in the third. Second free throw coming for Quickly. This will be his 6th free throw attempt of the game. That's the most by any player on either side. Quickly's got 15 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. Give him 16 points as he knocks down the second free throw. Both he and Barnes with 16 points apiece. Jones stops on a dime, turns, fires back out to Smith. The big man misses the triple. Grady Dick high for the rebound, his 8th of the game. leading rebounder for the Raptors, tied with Collins, who has 8. Quickly over to Barrett, far side, driving, got a step on Herter, got to the lane, got to the tin, and they're going to say no foul and say a turnover on Barrett as the ball went off his knee, out of bounds.
It did go off his knee, but
after he was fouled.
Yeah, that's why it went off his knee. Herter grabbed him. Playing some Luka defense there.
And we've got a timeout on the floor.
I think Darko's going to use the proximate challenge. So, yeah, the ball's off our guy, but you need to look and see if he was fouled, and that's the reason why the ball went off him.
So we'll find out if this gets cleaned up or not when we come back. It's exactly 5:30 to go in the third quarter, with Toronto leading by 11 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
The all-electric Honda Prologue SUV is here at your local Ontario Honda dealer. And with features perfect for the city and the backcountry, like all-wheel drive for tougher winter roads and a range up to 450 kilometers on a full charge, you may think Honda made an electric SUV just for Ontario. Get up to a $12,000 Honda bonus on all remaining 2024 Prologue models. Plus, qualified Honda owners get an additional $2,000 loyalty bonus. OAC conditions apply. Range based on combined city and highway. Bonus available when you lease or finance through HFS at a standard rate. See HondaOntario.com.
If there's anything we Canadians are proud of, is we support each other. And Access Storage knows this because we're truly Canadian, and your support has made us Canada's leader in storage solutions. Proudly serving our communities for more than 25 years. Thank you. And if you haven't tried us yet and need extra space, try 4 weeks free now. So drop that hockey stick, finish that poutine, throw on that toque, and celebrate the True North Strong in 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. Shop Canadian, store Canadian.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Aaron Smith, Paul Jones with you, 77-66. Raptors leading the Bulls, 5:30 to go in the third quarter. Quickly and Barnes with 16 apiece. Barrett's got 12, adding a team-high 6 assists. Grady Dick with 10 points and a team-high 8 rebounds. Jonesy, this is all speculative. I acknowledge that. There is chatter about if, and I underscore if, the Raptors were to make a move in the offseason. I ask you, A, do they need to make a move? And B, if they did make a move, there's some talk about if RJ could be the odd man out with, again, everybody healthy. Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickley, you got Jakob Poeltl. Is there room for all of those people with RJ coming back?
It is confirmed that the contact is marginal.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's an unsuccessful challenge. The ball touches Barrett last prior to going out of bounds along the baseline. Chicago ball.
So there was contact, but marginal contact, so it's still going to be Bulls ball.
They missed the main contact. The main contact was before the contact that hit the ball. Like, that's...
Yep.
Yeah.
But to go back to my question, if you have a fully healthy lineup, I'm assuming Grady Dick goes to the bench, and you're starting Barrett, Barnes, Quickley, Ingram, and Poeltl. Can that work?
Sure it can.
I think so too.
Give it a try. I think you should give it a try.
Smith missing the triple in the far corner for Chicago, and the Raptors come away with the rebound. RJ Barrett has it. Driving to the tin with a left-hand scoop, it's in, and RJ is up to 14. The lead back to 13. Toronto matching their largest lead. I love how RJ has played tonight. We got a foul away from the ball as Jamal Shed blew a tire. No doubt committed the foul, an inadvertent foul, but a foul nonetheless, as he was trying to take that ball away from Jones.
Eric, you were talking about the out-of-town scoreboard. I was very interested in the Detroit-Denver game tonight. Denver coming in on the second night of the back-to-back after losing to Milwaukee. Detroit having won 8 in a row.
Dosunmu lays it in.
Denver 134, Detroit 119.
And don't look now, though, in spite of the loss, the Detroit Pistons have been surging up the standings. They are the 6th seed. In fact, had they won tonight, they had an opportunity to move up into a tie for 4th in the East.
Yeah.
Orlando Robinson missing on a right-hand hook, and the Bulls come away with the rebound.
J.B. Bickerstaff's my coach of the year. Why? Not just what he's done with Detroit. That's his team in Cleveland that finally got healthy, and Kenny Atkinson is working with. So he's got 2 teams in the top 6.
Herter to Jones in the near corner. Dosunmu misses the 3. Barrett with the rebound, and he brings it across center. Surveying the defense to a cutting Robinson. Lays it in. A no-look pass from RJ, and the Raptors again go up 13.
There's that playmaking again by Barrett. 7 assists tonight.
Jones for the Bulls in the lane. Floater up and in. It crawled over the rim. 81-70, Raptors with the lead. Far sideline, Jamal Shed waiting for his troops. 3:50 to go in this third. Running floater, high off glass. Bulls didn't stop the ball, and Shed took advantage.
That's his shot, that floater. He gets into the lane. He's perfected it.
R.J. Barrett has accounted for 78% of the Raptors' offense in this quarter, either scoring or assisting, and a very, very late whistle will go against R.J. Barrett on a foul against Kevin Herter, and they're going to give Herter 3 free throws. I'll tell you what, I'm not seeing the contact.
No, it was after. It was long after. He shot that thing, and then he got hit like a high five after.
So Herter goes to the stripe, off the bench with 9 in 14 minutes. First free throw is good. Another one of the players that came over in that trade with the Kings that sent Zach LaVine west. 83-71. Raptors leading. Herter with the second free throw. That one's good as well. 83-72, and a third coming in a moment. As Scotty Barnes going to check back into the ball game, and R.J. Barrett will sit down. This is the other reason I love having Barrett and Ingram and Barnes and Quickly, the interchangeable parts.
The depth, yep.
The depth. You're already young with 3 rookies playing and a second-year guy in Grady Dick, a very young player in Ochai Agbaji, and probably a top 5 pick being added to the mix. You got enough youth. Keep those veteran pieces around to be the glue.
Especially the young vets.
Yeah.
You know, RJ's been to the playoffs already.
Raptors leading by 10 after the 3 free throws for Herter. Barnes out to Walter in the lane. Nice pass down on the block to Jacoby Walter, and he blew it right down low. He was right at the 10, and he missed the layup. Herter tried to pass out to Dosunmu. Nice job by Toronto to get in the pass lanes, deflect that pass, knock it away, and the Bulls will throw it in from the side with 16 on the shot clock. Josh Giddey checking back into the ball game for the Bulls. 3:06 to go in the third quarter. $83-73 is the score. And I can tell you, it just went final as I'm staring at the screen to my left. The Toronto Maple Leafs in New York beat the Rangers 3-2. Smith, Dosunmu to Jones in the near corner. Drives to the 10. Right-hand scoop, high off glass. Man, that was a pretty finish for Jones.
Yeah, tough shot. Very tough shot in traffic.
Shed on the near sideline, covered by Jones. Works with a screen set by Robinson into the paint. Gives it back to Robinson. Fouled on the floor, and in the fray, Josh Giddey got tangled up, and he's coming away limping. Left leg, I can't tell if it's the foot or the knee. We'll see how he's doing. He's trying to walk it off right now for the Bulls, with Chicago trailing by 8. Chicago in the midst of a mini 5-0 run.
I think it was the foot, Josh Giddey, and you know, the same thing that happened to Ochai. He stepped back on another player's foot.
Robinson, far elbow, gave it to Scotty, down on the block, turning, firing on the fade over Giddey. Barnes gets it to go again, and the Raptors lead by 10. But they don't get back quick enough, and Dosunmu takes advantage with a bust out and a breakout and a dunk to cut it back to 8.
That's so disheartening. You work at the other end, get a great shot from Scotty Barnes, and then you don't get back, and you basically give up a layup at the other end.
2:17 to go in the quarter. Raptors leading by 8. Dosunmu on the other end after his dunk got back and fouled Scotty Barnes. That will be his first foul of the game. And the Raptors will get it on the side, just to the left of their bench, as Barnes throws it into Robinson, who hands it off on the perimeter to Shed. Shed crosses up Jones at the far elbow extended, now passing over to Barnes in the heart of the lane to Robinson. Back out on the perimeter to Walter, drives into the paint, stops on a dime, floats it up, missed the shot, follows the shot, gets the rebound, finds Mobo, and Mobo gives it back on the perimeter to Walter, who again gets into the paint, stops on a dime, tried to go a little up and under Smith, gives it back on the perimeter to Barnes. His 3-ball back rim no good. Walter again grabs it for Toronto, elevates, misses. Now Robinson gets it. He turns and fires, and his floater is good. Resiliency by the Raptors.
Oh, great perseverance by Toronto. 5 shots at that one.
And then Jones misses on a scoop layup on the other end for the Bulls as Bobo tosses ahead to Walter, to Shed on the near sideline. Shed gives it up to Robinson in the lane, trying to work on the smaller Herter. Missed the layup attempt, and it's secured on a rebound by Smith.
A great move again by Orlando Robinson, and he left it on the front rim.
And then Giddey misses the layup for the Bulls. Back-to-back missed layups for Chicago. Shed to Walter, far sideline, triple no good. Down low, Barnes, and he elevates for the dunk, but he was blocked. Toronto gets it back. Barnes to Mobo in the near corner, steps back into a 3 and misses it. And Chicago with the rebound.
Had a chance to push that thing to 12. Raptors relentless on the glass at both ends.
Out rebounding the Bulls tonight, 37-30. Giddey, 3-ball, no good. Raptors keep the lead at 10 with 45 seconds to go in the third. Barnes across center. Bulls in this quarter 0 for 10 from the perimeter. The Raptors 1 of 7. For the game, Toronto with 11 triples. Shed looking to lob it up to Mobo, and a bad pass from Jamal Shed, and the Raptors give it up on the turnover. Here comes Giddey in the paint. Left-hand scoop is good as the Bulls cut it to 8 with 22 seconds to go.
Thing could have been about 14 by now if you're Toronto.
87-79. Toronto can hold for the last shot and an opportunity to get the lead back into double figures heading into the break. They were up 9 at the half, so the Bulls have technically won this quarter by 1 thus far. Barnes to Walter in the lane, hit midair, bucket is good, and 1 for Jacoby Walter.
Great body control, taking the contact midair. And I like the fact that Toronto didn't settle for a 3. They ran the mid-screen and roll, and it was 2, well, dare I say little guys almost, mid-sized guys with Jacoby and Scotty Barnes on the delivery.
4.5 seconds to go in the quarter, so Chicago will have a chance. Depending on what happens with this free throw. Walter makes it. Raptors lead by 11. Bulls inbound from the baseline. Herter into Giddey, across center. The runner before the buzzer, no good. But you know what? It was guided into the tin by Jones, and I think that's going to count. That was the longest 4.5 seconds.
It is a long time, and I'll say this. Again, the Raptors don't get back. Oh, yeah, that counts.
That's going to count. So the Raptors got the lead to 11, but the late deuce, heads up play by Jones, and let's call it like it is, a lazy play by the Raptors allows that play by Jones. So Toronto's lead is cut to 9 heading to the break. It's the same 9-point lead that they had at the half. 90-81. Fourth quarter comes up next on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Orthotics!
Footwear!
Orthotics!
Footwear!
Guys, enough. Kintec are experts in orthotics and footwear. It's what sets them apart. By tailoring orthotics to your shoes and shoes to your orthotics, you get comfort and support designed just for you.
Oh, so it's orthotics and footwear working together.
Like peanut butter and jelly.
You got it.
Or tuna and jam.
Is that a thing?
PB&J.
Tuna and jam.
Oh, boy.
Kintec footwear and orthotics.
86 deliveries made.
11 friends' houses moved.
9 rentals completed, and the next one on its way.
Measure your Tundra's capability in memories, not just mileage. It's time to Toyota. Lease a 2025 Tundra 4x4 Crewmax SR from $150 weekly for 36 months at 4.79% with $5,800 down. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Ontario Toyota dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Getting set to start the fourth quarter. Jones, the out-of-town scoreboard, 3.5 minutes left. A big-time battle between Cleveland and Boston. The Cavs were down big early in the ballgame as Boston had put up 70-plus in the first half. 3.5 minutes to go, though. Cleveland leads the Celtics by 2. Jaylen Brown has 35. Jason Tatum has 46. But the Boston Celtics currently losing by 2. And the Raptors start with the ball in this fourth quarter. And Ayo Dosunmu picks up a foul 9 seconds into the frame on Emmanuel Quickley, who got into the paint. And with the floater, he's fouled from behind. And Dosunmu sends Quickley to the free throw line. Attempts 7 and 8 in this game for Quickley. He's got 16 points in the ball game. As he dips and fires on the first free throw, it's good. Give him 17 points. It's Barnes, Pirtle, Quickley, Mobo, and Walter starting the fourth quarter for the Raptors. Ball, Buzelis, White, Giddey, and Smith for the Bulls. And now the second free throw is good for Quickley, which pushes the Raptor lead back up to 11 into double figures. Toronto has not trailed since the first quarter, led by 3 after 1, 9 at the half, 9 after 3. Giddey 3-ball, far wing, no good. Down low, the Raptors secure the rebound and come across center with Emmanuel Quickley. Quickley, far wing, whips a pass down low to Pirtle, who finishes, and what a find from Quickley.
And what positioning by Pirtle. Runs the floor and with a seal right under the cup.
Raptors leading by 13 for the third, maybe fourth time in this game. This has been the highest it's been all night. Giddey, cross court, left to right, over to White. White now driving on the near side, cut off by Walter, stops on a dime, tried to find Buzelis cutting to the tin. It goes through his hands. Turnover Chicago, their 13th of the game.
That's a tough pass by Giddey. Had a lot of juice on it to a cutting Buzelis.
And a chance now for the Raptors on a 2 or a 3 to grab their largest lead, and they do. Bust it. North side triple for Emmanuel Quickley, his 4th 3-ball of the game. He's up to a game-high 21, and the Raptors lead by 16. 97-81. 10:40 to go in the ball game. Far corner, Ball trying to answer back. 3-ball, no good. And as Chicago tries to battle for the rebound, I think they're getting a foul on Mobo, a little push in the back.
Raptors have done a nice job on the break here, pushing this away. Yeah, it looks like Mobo with a push in the back, but Quickley tonight, 21, 8 free throw attempts. Wow.
4 assists, 3 boards. And we got a timeout on the floor. 10:37 to go. Raptors leading 97-81. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
The all-electric Honda Prologue SUV is here at your local Ontario Honda dealer. And with features perfect for the city and the backcountry, like all-wheel drive for tougher winter roads and a range up to 450 kilometers on a full charge, you may think Honda made an electric SUV just for Ontario. Get up to a $12,000 Honda bonus on all remaining 2024 Prologue models. Plus, qualified Honda owners get an additional $2,000 loyalty bonus. OAC conditions apply. Range based on combined city and highway. Bonus available when you lease or finance through HFS at a standard rate. See HondaOntario.com.
If there's anything we Canadians are proud of is we support each other. And Access Storage knows this because we're truly Canadian, and your support has made us Canada's leader in storage solutions. Proudly serving our communities for more than 25 years. Thank you. And if you haven't tried us yet and need extra space, try 4 weeks free now. So drop that hockey stick, finish that poutine, throw on that toque, and celebrate the True North Strong End 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. Shop Canadian, store Canadian.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Fourth quarter, 10:37 to go, 97-81. The Raptors leading the Bulls, and they continue to lay it on thick here, Jonesy, as they've upped their lead to the highest it's been all game.
Well, they've been relentless, Eric. You know, like I said, the first key was start and sustain. They have done more than sustain. They have continued to put the pressure on Chicago, shooting almost 48%. The Bulls down below 43%. Raptors out shooting Chicago from behind the arc and just doing a really good job. Toronto with 7 more free throw attempts than the Bulls tonight, and then just getting everybody back. Scotty back, a healthy Jakob Poeltl. Quickly looks like he's kind of rounded into form. Good effort tonight from Toronto.
Hopefully the Raptors can keep it going here coming out of the timeout. Chicago with the ball. They inbound. Herter hands it off to White on the perimeter. White up top to Herter. Shot clock down to 4 for the Bulls. Herter trying to get free from Poeltl. Gets into the paint. The running 1-foot floater left it short off the front of the rim. Ball loose down low. Everybody flying for it. It's secured by Buzelis. He's on the floor. Raptors wrap it up. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Nice job by Poeltl. Again, switching out onto a smaller player, Herter, forcing the miss, and then pursuing the ball. It was knocked away from the middle of the key all the way to the top of the three-point line, and Poeltl was the guy that got down on the floor to get after it.
(97-81) with 10:17 to go in the ball game. Chicago wins the jump. White out near center, secures it. It's a fresh 14 for the Bulls. White with Barnes in front of him. Goes over on the sideline to Herter. Shot clock down to 4. To Buzelis. He's bumped as he put it on the floor. That'll be a foul on the floor. So Chicago's going to get another fresh 14 and inbound from the side. The foul comes in on Jacoby Walter, his third, team second, with 10 minutes to go in this ballgame. Herter to Collins, back to Herter. Sidestep, triple, near wing is good for Kevin Herter. Off the bench tonight with 15 for the Bulls. In fact, he's the leading scorer for Chicago.
He's got a lot of good looks.
And the Raptors come up empty on the other end.
Yeah, they ran a nice play, but the execution at the end was not good.
And give up the layup to White. A quick 5 points for Chicago to cut the Raptor lead to 11. (97-86). Barnes to the 10, laying it up and in again, Jonesy, with that scoop on the left side.
With the left hand, and he had Kevin Herter in jail with the dribble, had him on his back.
99-86. Ball along the baseline, goes up and under the 10 to scoop it in. Kissed it with some pretty good English to chop the Raptor lead back down to 11, 99-88. Ball with 8 points in the ball game in 23 minutes of action. 8:45 to play. It's now Barnes on the far side. Cross court in the near corner to Mobo. Wide open 3 ball. Mobo missed that one. Battling for it. It's Walter who bumps into Buzelis. Keeps it alive in play, but it goes into the hands of the Bulls. Here comes White. Just crossed up Barnes. Goes cross court to Herter. Open on the near sideline. His triple rattled around, popped out, and the Raptors dodged that one. Across center comes Quickly with ball in front of him. Quickly waiting for Poeltl, who now sets a screen. Quickly goes around it on the far side, drives into the paint, lobs it up to Barnes, cutting to the tin. Soft two-hand dunk is good, and the Raptors lead by 13.
21-5, 4 and 5 for Quickly tonight. He's still got 8 minutes left. He's been really, really good.
And Scotty with 22, 6 and 6. The 1-2 punch tonight. Buzelis 3-ball, no good. Raptors with a standing rebound to Pirtle, and Quickly will bring it across center. We got a timeout on the floor as Darko wants to chat about things with his club leading by 13 with 7:53 to play.
Well, he's still got a couple timeouts. This is all right, it's 13. We've had it at 16. Let's remind guys what we're doing. Let's get something good coming out of this timeout and maybe push the lead. Maybe take Chicago's a little bit of the fight out of them.
7:53 to play. Raptors by 13. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes.
What's up, insiders? Thank you for hanging out with us this evening for the Raptors and the Bulls in Chicago. Please make sure to take this time and exit out of the chat. Hit that like button down below. We need to bring more basketball fans here to the chat to cheer on We the North, our Raptors. We're getting ready to start at the United Center behind me. Let's go get that W tonight over the Bulls. It's going to be a fun one. Two struggling teams, but the Raptors have so much talent. They should get the W tonight. I say we will get the W tonight. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, do all those wonderful things, and let's grow an awesome Raptors community where we hang out live every single Toronto Raptors game and cheer on We the North. Go Raps, go.
Full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 101-88. Raptors leading the Bulls with 7:53 to go in the ball game. And we were talking moments ago about the 1-2 punch of Quickly and Barnes. For that matter, throw Barrett into the mix. The 14 maybe doesn't jump off the page, but hovering near 50% in terms of the field goal percentage. A team-high 7 assists, adding 5 rebounds as well. Barrett has played well, so we talk about BBQ, and they've certainly been cooking it up tonight in the Windy City.
Finally starting to see it, huh? Finally starting to see it.
Yeah, it hasn't been very often that we've seen all 3 players in the lineup for the Raptors. And they're certainly doing it tonight. And I wonder how I mean, listen, no disrespect, Pirtle, I guess, is the odd man out when we talk about BBQ. But what are you going to do when you add Brandon Ingram to the mix? Is it like BBQ plus the BI3? Or are we going to go with Brandon, so now it's BBBQ instead of the Ingram? He does have a great handle already with the new number switching from 14 to 3 with the notorious BI3.
Yeah.
I like that one. Triple out of the timeout for Shed, no good, wing near side. Rebound to White, who brings it across center for the Bulls. Crosses up, Toronto gets to the 10 and lays it in with a right-hand finish.
Stop the ball. Kobe White kept it. Give him credit. He kept the dribble alive, but you got to stop the ball if you're Toronto.
White, 5 of 10 tonight. He's got 11 points in the ballgame. Bulls trailing by 11 with 7:10 to play. Still a ton of time in this game. Shed on the near side to Walter, to Robinson. Robinson hands off to Shed. Shed now in the near corner with the shot clock winding down. Passes all the way out to Mobo, who misses the 3, but it would have been a shot clock violation anyway. Toronto never got into its offense. And Jonesy, we were chatting about this earlier tonight on the pre-game show with Justin and Ailish. Here we are with a Raptor lead late in the game. Robinson, Shed, Mobo, Walter. You got 3 rookies, another young guy in Robinson with 1 vet in Barrett. And you're trying to get them experience and close out the game, etc. Like, we'll see how this plays out. White misses a 3-ball. Rebound tipped out by Barrett, but he couldn't secure it. And are they going to say off RJ or off Herter?
He tipped it, but it went off Herter. I mean, it went in the direction that RJ tipped it, but it went more, the arc took it more skyward.
And it was actually Dosunmu who came flying in at the last second to get a hand in there. Herter was in the area, but no harm, no foul as the Bulls came up empty as they tossed it in and turned it over. The 14th turnover of the game for the Bulls. Shed with a 3-ball, wing near side, missed it. Rebound by Mobo. Second chance opportunity for the Raptors. They got it in Barrett's hands out on the wing far side. Robinson sets the screen. Barrett goes to Robinson in the paint, spinning on the right block, and missed the layup and the rebound to Collins. Robinson was right at the 10.
He's had so many nice moves. $1 million move, 10-cent finish.
Yeah, 3 of 10 in the ballgame. And now Shed just got caught in a screen and got crunched, and he is down in a heap on the perimeter, holding his right quad. Sort of the upper leg, even near the hip. He's in a ton of pain right now. This is the way it's gone for the Raptors this season. Darko Rajakovic out on the floor, trying to tend to Shed. The training staff now coming out as he took a Zach Collins knee to the right leg, and he is down feeling it right now.
That's the old Charlie horse. Thigh contusion. The knee powerful, like it just, that hurts. That hurts.
Raptors already lost Ochai Agbaji in this game to a left ankle sprain. We'll see what the status is for Jamal Shed for the final 5:51 with Toronto seeing their lead cut down to 8. It's 101.93 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Fourth quarter. Raptors leading by 8, 101.93, 5:51 to play. And we're taking a look right now from our TV friends at Jamal Shed, who is on the Raptor bench being tended to by the training staff as quickly comes back into the ballgame. Barrett out on the wing far side. Gets to the near side, then goes cross court to Walter, who gets into the paint, stops on a dime, misses the jump shot. Bulls had the rebound but couldn't squeeze, and they give it up to the Raptors as it goes out of bounds onto the baseline, and Toronto will get the gift and get the ball back with a fresh 14. Toronto inbounding from the baseline. Taking a long time to do so, and that will be a 5-second violation on Jacoby Walter. Raptors holding on to an 8-point lead. Bulls have never been closer than 3 since the end of the first quarter. White at the free throw line. Stop and go. Came back to his left and got into the lane, elevated, fouled, and he's going to the free throw line.
Toronto needs to be solid here defensively. It's another time that Kobe White has kept the dribble alive and got to a position on the floor where he can hurt the Raptors.
First free throw good for White. It's his first appearance at the stripe tonight. Knocks it down. The Bulls as a team have yet to miss. They're a perfect 12 of 12. They've cut the Raptor lead to 7. Walter now sitting down. And Grady Dick back into the ballgame. 5:20 to play. Raptors leading by 6 as White hits the second free throw. Quickly will bring it across center for the Raptors. Chicago in the midst of a 7-0 run. Quickly to Robinson. Tried to find a cutter, instead goes back out on the perimeter to Barrett, who missed the three. Mobo with the tip, no good. Ball knocked around into the hands of the Bulls, and Chicago comes away. They could cut it to 4. White, sidestep, scoop, layup is good, plus the foul. Three-point opportunity coming for White, which would cut it to 3.
Well, Mobo trying for the spectacular play there on the putback jam. It's one of those, again, experience will tell you, you're up. You're up by 6-7 points. Catch the ball, go back up, make your shot, have it blocked, but don't do something foolish and miss it, or don't change it and miss it. And then at the other end, there's Kobe White again.
And White, who had been quiet for good chunks of this ball game, now coming alive in the fourth quarter. He's got 9 of his 16 in this frame. We've still got 4:45 to go as the Bulls have cut it to 3. They trailed by 16 in this quarter. They've already chopped 13 off that Raptor lead. Barnes, left block, fires back out on the perimeter to Barrett, who drives into the paint. Left hand, no good. Robinson there, can't squeeze. Shot clock violation. It's a turnover to the Bulls.
Darko just called a timeout a little while ago, up 15 with about 8 minutes to go, 7 and change to go. And the Raptors have stopped.
Raptors, Jonesy led 97-81 at the 10:05 mark. The 17-4 run since then. White near elbow. Lost the handle, got it back, elevates over Robinson with a desperation jumper. It goes, and the Bulls have cut it to 1.
All right, let's see what Toronto gets on this possession offensively.
Robinson was looking for Barnes cutting on the baseline and throws it off the foot of a Bulls player. So it'll be a fresh 14 for the Raptors with 3:47 to go. Chicago in the midst of a 19-4 run. Driving down Main Street quickly. Tried to pass it off to Mobo. It was deflected away by the Bulls, and luckily for Toronto, it's going to stay with the Raptors. 7 on the shot clock. Barnes, Barrett quickly. Dick and Mobo on the floor. 3:41 to play. Barrett trying to get it into quickly. That one also deflected away by Chicago. Went off the fingertips of Collins, got into that pass lane. It's Ball, Collins, White, Giddey, and Herter for the Bulls. Raptors have plummeted down to 44% in this fourth quarter. Their shooting has not been great. Barrett having a hard time getting in, and finally finds Quickly. I think it was intended for Barnes, but Quickly cut in front of Scotty, caught it and floated it up and got the bucket to go. Raptors lead by 3.
Well, they were very fortunate there. Both guys, at least I give them credit, were cutting to the ball. I mean, coming to the ball, so RJ had an outlet, someone to pass to. And it turns into, well, they haven't marked it up yet. It should be assist number 8 for Barrett. We were talking about the 7 that he had, but really good job on that one.
So, Jonesy, we might take another break at some point, but for now we're going to keep it here with the Raptors leading by 3. 3:38 to go. We talked about this earlier when we were chatting about the way that the Raptors have been closing games, often going with maybe some of the younger players. We saw that mid-quarter, but here we are late now, and outside of Jakob Poeltl, Darko Rajakovic has gone back to his starters, trying to lock this one down, trying to secure this victory. But what has been the difference here in this fourth quarter, outside of Kobe White finally coming alive? He's got 11 of his 18 in this quarter, but Toronto's given up a 16-point lead. It's been cut down to 1 and it now sits at 3.
There's been some hesitation by the Raptors that has led to 5 turnovers in this fourth quarter. They had 10 through 3 quarters, and they have 5 in this quarter. And then just not shooting the ball well, not making shots, being forced into difficult shots. You know, the other part of that, when you look at it, Eric, you had pointed out how Toronto had a big rebounding edge. Even that's shrinking.
White, step back, triple, straight away, no good. Shot it over Barnes, down low, quickly secures the rebound for the Raptors. 23-5 for Quickly. Raptors leading by 3 with 3:10 to go. Quickly brings the ball back toward the logo at center, milking the clock down. Calls out the play. Barnes and Mobo come up high. Quickly still has it, goes over on the wing far side to Barrett. Barrett at the free throw line, lost the handle, picked up by Quickly, steps into a three, missed it. Ball tapped out by Toronto, and it's tracked down by Herter, who brings it across center for the Bulls. Weaves into the paint to Ball, the trailer, steps into a three, left it short, and a box out down low by Mobo, but they're going to call a foul on Mobo and give the Bulls the ball.
Well, that's the problem. We talk about how nobody boxes out anymore. When you do it, it looks like a foul. Referees just aren't used to seeing it.
So Lonzo Ball had a chance to tie the game moments ago, couldn't come up with the triple. That foul against Mobo is the 15th foul, so that sends the Bulls to the line as Collins steps to the stripe and misses the first free throw. He was previously 4 of 4, and the Bulls were 14 of 14. So the first miss for Chicago tonight at the most inopportune time, but you'll take it and run if you're a Raptor fan. Second free throw for the big man Collins. He dips, fires, and makes it. It cuts the Raptor lead to 2 with 2:46 to play.
All right, execution time. Let's see what Toronto runs.
Quickly to Barnes. Giddey in front of him. Now on a switch, picked up by Collins. Barnes passes down on the left block to Grady Dick. Underhand pass out on the perimeter, far side to Quickly. Missed the three ball. Cleaned up by Barrett, who puts it back in the tin.
Nice job by RJ, right underneath. Grady not panicking. A good find for Quickly. It was a tough contested shot.
Giddey down Main Street. Thought he was fouled. No call. And the Raptors will take it as Giddey floated up an air ball. It goes out of bounds onto the baseline. And Toronto gets the stop. They get the ball back with a 4-point lead. 105-101 with 2:12 to play.
It's about the execution now coming down the stretch with the ball. They were able to get a bucket last time. They run the same sequence now.
Quickly to Barnes. Mobo sets the screen. Barnes goes around it. On a switch, he's picked up by Collins. He's got the big man on the perimeter. Barnes with 1 foot inside the perimeter now. Shot clock down to 5. Scotty trying to cross him up. Goes right, comes back left, steps around him. Nice footwork, but no finish as the ball rolls off the rim out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball.
I like that. Big boy basketball, though.
Yep.
He was way out above the three-point arc. Used the dribble to work Collins down low. Had a good shot, a really good shot. Just couldn't finish.
Scotty tonight with 22 points. He started 6 of 7. He's 3 of 7 since, but still a very solid night for Scotty Barnes. Chicago down 4. Giddey in the lane to Collins using his length. Caught that pass in traffic and laid it in.
Well, you got to switch and smother. Can't let Giddey have that good a look with a smaller guy guarding Zach Collins down low. The bigger guy guarding Giddey, and that's Scotty. You got to get up and smother that pass.
Giddey with his 11th assist. Collins with the double-double, 13 and 10. Quickly above the arc. Over on the near sideline to Grady Dick. Shot clock down to 4. Grady gets it in the paint. Hit by White. No call. And Grady turns and fires and buries the jumper. How about the foul as well? Raptors lead by 4. What a shot from Grady. And Josh Giddey fouled on a scoop in the lane, and he will go to the line with 1:01 to play, and the Bulls trailing by 4.
A lot of contact, as you said, on the Grady play, but give him credit. Stayed with it. Made a very, very difficult shot.
Every player in the Raptors starting 5 in double figures tonight. 22 for Barnes, 23 for Quickly, 16 for Barrett, 10 for Jakob Poeltl, and 12 for Grady Dick. Grady adding 8 rebounds tonight, the leading rebounder on the team for Toronto. And the Raptors just got a gift as Josh Giddey goes to the free throw line and misses the first one. Giddey shoots about 78% on the season, and this is his first appearance at the line tonight. Second one coming. It's up and clean. The Raptor lead is 3, 107-104. Toronto inbounds the ball as we now tick officially under 1 minute to play in this ball game. Across center comes Scotty Barnes. Over to Mobo. Hands it off to Barrett. Barrett driving on the near side all the way to the tin, lays it in, and shows off that left-hand finish to his bench.
Well, he did a great job turning the corner, and Chicago on his hip, but nobody got in his chest.
109-104. White frees himself from Grady Dick, but then misses a wide-open triple. And the Raptors in the backcourt, as they're looking to advance the ball, are called for a travel. And they give the ball back to Chicago. They call it against R.J. Barrett.
It was.
And it was.
It was. But, like, that happens all the time, and it's never called. So why would he think they would decide to call it now? I said this earlier. I'm going to say it again. I don't know if it was you and I don't even know if I articulated this on air, as we keep it here during the timeout. The over and back that we saw, the one that wasn't called in this game, the NBA is breaking down the fabric of the game by not calling the fundamental parts of the rules. Like, it's all over social media, guys taking 4 or 5 steps on layups. Tyler Hero, who did the Raptors play last game? Tyrese Halliburton. These guys dribbling the ball, putting their hand at 6 o'clock and waiting 2 seconds before they take the next dribble. That's a carry. That's a move. It's a move, and they're using it to get away and score. The same way the double dribbles and the travels aren't called, the carries. I saw 3 seconds in the key called. For the first time all year, that a game the Raptors have been involved with down the other night at Scotiabank. 3 seconds in the key. You know what? Okay, call it all the time, though. That'll make it disappear, and it'll bring the competitive balance back to the game. Guys won't go, oh, I'm going to go stand in the key for 8 seconds and not leave.
Can't disagree with anything you say, Jonesy. Chicago inbounding the ball far side. Ball gets it in to Collins to Herter. Herter, cross court, back over to Giddey. Driving into the paint. Scoop shot is good. Chicago cuts it to 3. 28.4 seconds to play. 109-106. Looks like the Bulls aren't going to take the foul. They're going to play this out and hope that the Raptors miss. There's only a 4.5 second differential.
I need 7 seconds to do this.
I'm shocked they're doing this. The game could end even if the Raptors miss the shot. Barrett out to Quickly, sets the feet, elevates for the triple, misses. Barnes down low had it, but we got a foul over the back on Chicago. Yes, Toronto ball with 7.5 seconds remaining. The Bulls don't like it. The fans hate it. Scotty Barnes got hit in the right hip. He's coming away limping. Barnes is not getting free throws. He thought it was on a shot attempt, so they're going to call it on the floor.
Even better if you're Toronto. Now use that rule I hate.
Throw it in the backcourt.
Yeah, if you're allowed to throw it in the backcourt. Although it's not an advance, so you probably can't throw it in the backcourt. But
tell you what, we see the replay, and Barnes,
he was crunched pretty good.
He was crunched, but he also might have got away with a push in the back, too, before he got that rebound. He had hands on Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
So take that and run if you're a Raptor fan. Chicago now will try to steal on the inbound. And if they don't get the ball, they will have to take a foul immediately, as time's certainly not on their side. With 7.5 seconds remaining, and the Raptors leading by 3. After the ball game, the Raptors head down to Florida for 4 days. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. They will play the Magic on Sunday and Tuesday before they come back home to host a party on Wednesday and then open up a homestand on Friday, Saturday with the rare home back-to-back. And I say rare, it's actually happened a couple of times already this season.
Yeah, it's happening more and more with the NBA scheduling games around the availability of the dates in your building. And sometimes they don't care if it's 2 nights in a row.
Toronto inbounding from the far sideline to the left of their bench. Barrett taking a long time as he finally gets it in to Grady Dick, and Chicago fouls Grady. 6.2 seconds remaining in the game. We'll see if the officials add anything or not, if they need to, as Grady will step to the line, and he can pretty much ice the game. Certainly with 2, but even with 1. Grady at the line. He's got 12 points in the ball game, 1 of 2 at the stripe tonight. First free throw, no good. Shooting 87% on the season, and he's 1 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, what are you shooting when it counts in the last 2 minutes, though, right?
Yep. In this quarter, the Raptors 2 of 3, the Bulls 5 of 7. This one huge right now for Grady Dick. Bulls do have a timeout, whether Toronto hits or misses. Certainly huge if Grady comes up empty again. The fans in Chicago getting real loud as Grady knocks down the free throw, and the Raptors lead by 4. Timeout, Chicago.
Well, I'm looking at Chicago with no timeouts remaining, so this is, I would guess they're going to go for a 3 here. If they make it foul right away, if they don't get the steal, and if Toronto knocks down 2, then you might have 2-3 seconds left to try to get it up court and tie the game or win it if you're only down 2. But no doubt in this huddle, Billy Donovan's drawing up a couple of plays, or at least reminding guys on the second one, if they do get a score and the Raptors have free throws, what that play will be.
Toronto getting set to inbound the ball. Or excuse me, getting set to defend the ball, with the Bulls getting set to inbound, trailing by 4, 6.2 remaining. Raptors looking for their 19th win of the season, in the 13 spot in the East, no matter what happens, win or a loss. But they're looking to get a win here in the Windy City. Ball gets it into White, steps into a 3. It's good, and a foul, and a 4-point opportunity could tie this game with 4 seconds remaining. Emmanuel quickly came out, Jonesy, and bumped White. Why would he not just get out of the way?
I don't know how much he bumped White, or White was drifting forward into him.
But just get out of the way.
Well, you got to contest it.
Why?
You got to contest it.
Why? A 3 doesn't hurt you. You got a 4-point lead. And White's free throw ties the game. Why do you need to contest it? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying explain it to me.
All right. A contest, a miss, and a rebound, and that's the game. Right?
Yeah, but even if you don't contest and he hits a wide-open 3, it's just a 3. You still have a 1-point lead.
Well, you're still going to have to make free throws, but that's the situation I talked about before. I really don't know how much contact there was on this. And that's something that I always talk about, and everybody wants to, the officials, they all want to ignore me. How much is on the guy who's shooting the ball to, oh, well, they always go forward. Well, wait a minute. If you're trying to protect the space, for an airborne shooter, and I come to him and I stop 2 feet away, and I don't jump, and he shoots and drifts forward and lands on me, is that my foul? Am I supposed to get out of his way? I mean, there was contact there. Minor, in my eyes, incidental, that could have been let go.
The Bulls come back from down 16 with 10:05 to go. They tie the game with 4 seconds to play. 1:10 apiece. Chicago had never been closer than 3 since the first quarter, and with 4 seconds to play, they tie the game. Toronto could still put down the ultimate dagger right here, as R.J. Barrett will inbound. The Raptors again have 4 seconds to try and win this, or we're heading to OT. Barrett inbounding from the near sideline. Out there with quickly, Mobo, Barnes, and Grady Dick. Zach Collins covering the inbound, trying to use all of his length to pester Barrett's inbound pass. RJ looking to his left, now to his right, now back to the left, gets it into Barnes. Barnes going at ball, turns, baseline, jumper up, and it hits the side of the backboard, goes up and over the backboard, and we are headed to overtime.
I like what they ran. Scotty's got to be a little bit more deliberate, though, in holding the spot. Like, he came out way too far to the corner. He's got to maybe dance a little bit in the lane to make ball move so he can catch the ball a little closer to the basket.
This one stings. We're going to overtime. Tied at 110. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
The all-electric Honda Prologue SUV is here at your local Ontario Honda dealer. And with features perfect for the city and the backcountry, like all-wheel drive for tougher winter roads and a range up to 450 kilometers on a full charge, you may think Honda made an electric SUV just for Ontario. Get up to a $12,000 Honda bonus on all remaining 2024 Prologue models. Plus, qualified Honda owners get an additional $2,000 loyalty bonus. OAC conditions apply. Range based on combined city and highway. Bonus available when you lease or finance through HFS at a standard rate. See HondaOntario.com.
Some sales are big. Other sales are huge. But only one sale with this many savings can be called mega. The mega sale is on now at Visions Electronics with mega savings on TVs, soundbars, car audio, appliances, and more. Your lowest price in Canada is guaranteed. Plus, you save even more when you pick up in store and take up to 3 years to pay interest-free. The mega sale. See all the deals at visions.ca.
Need to send money in another currency? With Wise, you can send money internationally without hidden fees. From dollars to dong, pounds to pesos, euros to yen, you could save up to 3 times compared to major banks. Send money with Wise in more than 40 currencies without getting ripped off. See how much you could save. Download the Wise app today. Wise, the app for doing things in other currencies. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. We are into overtime, a game that the Raptors had in their grasp pretty much all night. They led by 3 after 1, 9 at the half, 9 after 3. Built that 9-point lead up to 16 early fourth quarter, and the Bulls chased them down, tracked them down, and tie it on a 4-point play with 4 seconds to go as Kobe White scores 15 of his 22 in the fourth quarter and sends the Bulls to OT against Toronto, locked at 110. Collins against Barnes as Barnes wins the tip, and the Raptors start with the ball. We have not seen Jakob Poeltl in a long time, Jonesy. Played only 22 minutes tonight, and he's not starting overtime as Barnes took the jump and won it for Toronto.
Well, he played 24 minutes in the last game, and they said he was on a minutes restriction coming back. Mobo again tries to put back jam, and it doesn't work.
He tried to clean up that quickly miss and couldn't come up with the dunk, so the Raptors empty on their first trip in OT. Scoring first, always so important. Dosunmu at the free throw line to ball. Drives into the paint, tried to find Collins. It goes off a Raptor leg. I believe it was off Grady Dick. Out of bounds onto the baseline. The shot clock sits at 8. Giddey into ball, turns, fires, baseline jumper, no good. More inside the corner than the baseline. Either way, a missed shot from about 15 feet. Raptors across center, it's Barrett. He's got 18 in the ballgame. On the near side with that left-hand dribble, trying to shake free from White. Went right, spins left, turns, fires, bumped, no call. Bulls come away with the ball. Giddey spins in the lane, he's hit, and they call a foul on quickly.
There was more contact on Barrett than there was on Kobe White on his 3-point play, or his 4-point play.
And Emmanuel quickly just fouled out of the ballgame. 23 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and now 6 fouls as Quickly will sit down. His night is done.
Well, and Shed has a contusion.
So we'll see who Darko Rajakovic turns to.
Well, it looks like Shed by the way the scoreboard has reacted.
Well, that's at least good news that even though he suffered that thigh contusion, he's back out there here in overtime. He took a knee from Zach Collins in a screen, went down hard in the fourth quarter. We hadn't seen him since, but he's back out there now. Josh Giddey got a step on Grady Dick, gets into lane, stops on a dime near the block, turns, fires, missed the shot, and the Raptors come away with the rebound. Still no score on either side in overtime. Locked at 110, Barrett finds Barnes. High above the arc, Scotty straight away now trying to go at Giddey. Driving on the far side, getting down toward the block. Trying to back down on Giddey, turns, fires, looping fade, no good. Mobo can't get to it. Rebound to White. White across center. Picked up by Barrett. Brings him right. Turns back left. Spins, fires. Jumper no good. Grady had it, and Barnes knocked it away from him. Out to Ball for three, who hits it, and Chicago leads for the first time since the first quarter. Communication. Toronto had that ball. Grady in the lane. He's hit midair, and they're going to call a jump ball and say it was clean.
So Barrett's fouled by White, no call. Right here, Grady, tons of contact by Zach Collins, no call. Listen, when you have this reputation.
And Chicago wins the jump. They leak down the floor. White blows the layup, and the Raptors get a gift. Shed to Grady. Near side, bounce pass in the lane to Scotty to the tin with authority on the slam.
When you have this reputation as a rebuilding or a team that is looked at as not trying to win, those are the kind of things that are going to go against you.
Josh Giddey down Main Street, driving to the tin. He's bumped, and he'll be going back to the free throw line.
RJ rightfully frustrated. Same thing at the other end, and he didn't get the call.
113-112, Chicago leads with 2:44 to go in overtime. The three ball from Lonzo Ball that put Chicago up by 3 matched the Bulls' largest lead of the game, 3 points, and they had not led since the first quarter. Giddey hits the first free throw to put the lead at 2. He's going to try and make it 3 again in a moment, and he does. 115-112. We're approaching the midway point of this overtime session. Giddey, a couple of rebounds away from a triple-double. 19, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds. Shed. Out on the far wing, gives it up to Scotty Barnes, draws the double team. Goes cross-court to Grady Dick, and he telegraphed it. Picked off by Dosunmu down the floor, one-hand flush. 5-point Bulls lead. A 21-point swing since the Raptors had a 16-point lead in the fourth.
A lot of standing around. Scotty double-teamed on the far side. The pass that's open is usually across the court and diagonal, but it went toward the Raptor basket, and Grady wasn't cutting. Nobody cutting from the side.
Well, apparently we're keeping it here again, Jonesy, as the Raptors have 2:20 to go in overtime. 24 points off turnovers. The Raptors have given up tonight. 17 turnovers. The Bulls with 14, but 24 points off turnovers. And that was not a great one right there from Scotty Barnes.
Well, through 3 quarters, the Raptors had 10 turnovers. So you've got 7 in the fourth quarter and overtime.
This would be a monstrous victory for the Chicago Bulls if they come back from down 16 in the fourth to beat the Raptors in a game that looked like Toronto was going to win. Kobe White with a 3-ball and the and one, a 4-point play with 4 seconds to go, tied the game, and now Chicago in control in overtime. For the Bulls, we told you earlier in the broadcast, they are currently the 10th seed. They would stay in 10th, but they would at least pick up a half game as they try to climb a little bit higher in the standings, or at least lock themselves into that position a little bit more. They have a game-and-a-half lead over the Brooklyn Nets. And tonight, Brooklyn lost to the Portland Trailblazers, so they would pick up a full game on the Nets. Down low, Scotty Barnes misses. He was right under the tin. His shot went halfway down, and it rattled out of the rim. Lonzo Ball, far corner. Triple is clean in front of his own bench, and the Bulls have ripped open an 8-point lead in OT. Shed, far corner. Robinson 3-ball. The big man answers back with a 3-ball, his first of the game.
It's about stops, though. Chicago getting what they want right now on the offensive end.
White into the paint, goes on the sideline, near sideline to Collins, up top to Dosunmu, over on the wing far side to Ball. Shot clock down to 7, ball goes cross court on the near side to White. White trying to work against Robinson. Shakes him, step back, above the free throw line, jumper, short, front of the rim, no good, and Scotty Barnes hurt his foot, his right foot, I don't know how exactly, but he's now limping. Came down awkwardly on that ankle or foot. Barrett down the lane, bumped at the rim, no call, and he gets up screaming at the official as White comes down the lane, bumped by Grady Dick, fouled, and RJ is furious.
And Jamal Shed saying the same thing. It's the same call at the other end. I don't get it. Some blatant disrespect happening with Toronto.
The only good news in all this is that Barnes seems to be okay right now. He was limping, really badly. RJ got hammered,
wiped out.
Absolutely hammered midair by Josh Giddey, who came flying in, out of control, looking for the block. He crunches Barrett midair, and no call. And to your point, going back to the end of regulation, if a foul after the shot is still a foul on a 3-ball, then how is a foul after the shot on a layup where a guy gets crunched midair not a foul? White makes both free throws. Raptors down 7, and Toronto comes up empty on the other end as Barnes misses right at the rim. A 2-foot jumper, no good. Chicago by 7 with 50 seconds to play, and they can ice it on this possession. Collins down low, turns and finishes. He had Shed down low, and the Raptors have fallen apart here, folks. They're down 9, and they're going to lose this game.
Chicago caught life on the 4-point play to tie the game, and that was it.
Raptors just missed the triple. Jamal Shed couldn't come up with it. Bulls with the rebound. Raptors take the foul, and Chicago leads this thing 124-115 with 31 seconds to play in the game. I got a bad taste in my mouth with this one, Jones.
Yeah.
Dosunmu at the stripe misses the first free throw. Off the bench tonight with 10 points, 5 boards in 22 minutes. This is his first appearance at the line. Second free throw good. And Darko calls a timeout with 31 seconds to play, and the Raptors down by 10. So, Scotty Barnes, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, a block and a steal, 10 of 19 from the floor. He's the leading scorer for the Raptors, tied for the game lead with Kobe White, who has 24, 17 of the 24 coming in fourth quarter and overtime. He was quiet all night with just 7 points heading into the final frame, and he came to life and really helped ignite this Chicago Bulls team. The other thing I would say, Jonesy, the Raptors not only started turning the ball over a lot more, which you talked about a couple of moments ago, but their shooting plummeted. They are now down to 42%. The Raptors were sitting at about 47% at the end of 3, but since then, they have shot just 10 of 31. Since the end of the third quarter, 10 of 31 from the floor.
Well, part of it, as I said, I mentioned it about 5 minutes ago, execution.
Yep.
And, in close, tight games, you've got to be rock solid, not turning it over, making sure the right guys get the ball in the right spots, and just didn't happen for Toronto.
31.7 seconds to play. The timeout ends. The Raptors break free from the huddle. They're down by 10. They need the biggest of miracles. The Bulls never led by more than 3 in this game going into overtime, and suddenly they're up by 10. Shed, deep one, far wing toward the sideline off the side of the rim. White with the rebound, and that's going to do it, folks. Chicago will have to give up the ball. There is a shot clock, game clock differential, so they won't be able to just dribble out the clock. What a comeback for the Bulls, and certainly a heartbreaker for the Raptors and for Raptor fans. 125-115. The Raptors are going to lose this ball game. Chicago takes the turnover on the shot clock violation. The Raptors will get the ball inbound, and that will do it. As Toronto will fall to 18-42. And the Bulls improve to 24-36. Again, 125-115, the final.
Well, one that got away. That's what you classify it as. One that got away. Lack of execution. Turnovers at the wrong time. Just not closing out the deal. And this one's going to sting. And all you can hope is that at some point Toronto learns from this.
We'll step aside for the break, come back with final stats, and then get set for post-game coverage. Toronto loses in overtime, 125-115 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
For NCAA College Baseball, 4 p.m., North Carolina faces Stony Brook on XM and Internet 371. 7 p.m., Clemson faces South Carolina on XM and Internet 371. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with...
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for the Bulls and the Raptors. We really appreciate you being here. And normally we would say hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell here. But tonight we want you to go hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell for our friend David Kaplan's The Recap. He's here with a special message to tell you all about his channel. Take it away, Cap.
I'm David Kaplan from The Recap, that would be REKAP, on YouTube, which we record right after every Chicago Bears, Cubs, White Sox, and Bulls game to give you an inside perspective on what happened day to day with each of our teams. Plus, The Recap Rush Hour every afternoon, getting you caught up on that day's happening in sports, plus live shows with Felco, Football, Recap Live, and Lunch Hour with Ryan McGuffey. So follow The Recap on YouTube and click that notification bell so you never miss any of our content. Take that.
Thank you, Cap. Chicago fans, head over there and hit that like, subscribe, and check out Cap and Guff's awesome content. We'll see you back in the chat. Let's go Raptors. Come on, we the North. We got to drown out those Chicago fans. Let's go.
And 42 assists. He was bypassed in his first 6 years of eligibility for the Hall of Fame, but was voted in on June 27, 2012, alongside Matt Sundin, Joe Sakic, and Adam Oates. He became the 5th Soviet or Russian, and to this date, he's the only Hall of Famer to spend the majority of his playing career in Vancouver. One of the best, the Russian Rocket Pavel Bure. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Pete.
The PGA Tour comes to life on SiriusXM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, SiriusXM 92.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Friday, February the 28th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In IndyCar racing, starting at 2 p.m., catch full coverage of the Firestone Grand Prix on XM and Internet 218. In Major League Baseball spring training action, 1:05 p.m., Houston Astros taking the St. Louis Cardinals on XM 176, Internet 851. 1:05 p.m., Minnesota Twins face the Baltimore Orioles on Internet 857. 1:05 p.m., Philadelphia Phillies taking the Boston Red Sox on XM 175, Internet 844. 1:07 p.m., Toronto Blue Jays face the Detroit Tigers on XM